opportunity for Coach Taylor and her Lady Cats to come on Bowling Green's home floor and really, if this region doesn't know yet, to really raise some eyebrows and say, hey, we're here, we're the best team in this region, somebody come and knock us off.
You're going to hear a lot of numbers tonight and phrases that start with the first time since.
Yep.
And for this Franklin Simpson girls basketball team, this would be obviously the first time they've beaten Bowling Green under now fourth-year head coach Ashley Taylor. You got to go all the way back. Walk it back to the 2008-2009 season when the Lady Cats beat Bowling Green 48-46 in the 2009 Region 4 semifinals. That, conveniently enough, was also the last Franklin Simpson basketball region champ. National anthem on the way. We'll step away. When we come back, we dive into this matchup here on 92.3 WFKN. All right, Kendra, we're good to bring it back, and I'll probably hold it right into the game because we got a lot to rattle through. And I'll congratulate you on your national title before they take it away from you.
Yes, congratulations. Before they vacate it. Yeah, but congratulations.
Now, to be fair, I don't think they should. I'm just saying they will.
I don't think they should either.
We're 3 for 3. Back with you here at Bowling Green High School, where tonight Franklin Simpson and Bowling Green face off in a doubleheader. The girls are up first. The undefeated Franklin Simpson Lady Cats, who are the number 1 team in the region, they're number 12 in the statewide poll. There will be a new poll that comes out tomorrow, but I believe that's already been voted on. The votes have been sent in, so the result of this will not affect that. I wouldn't be surprised if Bowling Green makes their way into that poll as well. That 13-0 start is the best for a Franklin Simpson team since 1984. And I've been working, Brian Talley, with DeFrey Holt to see if we could go back and find a better start. We don't have one on record.
I doubt there is one,
so
honestly.
For all we know, this is the best starters, tied for the best start that a Franklin Simpson girls basketball team has ever been off to, and how poetic that it's on the line tonight against Bowling Green. The Lady Cats opened 2024 with their most efficient game of the season. They shot 51% from the field, 7 for 12 from 3, and a 67-40 win over Todd County Central. That coming off a game, Brian Talley, that you got to watch against Davis County in the finale in what was a really good tournament at Madisonville North Hopkins. 3 good teams that Franklin Simpson faced. Might have been the best team they faced in that championship game in Davis County. They shot 58% in that game, led by 10 at halftime. Lady Cats found a way to come back, win that game. They open district play with the win. They roll into tonight undefeated, but you always know from the time a season starts, this is the game that's looming. And for Bowling Green, there could have been a misconception looking at this team after they went 1-3 against an absolutely stacked Queen of the Commonwealth field.
Yep.
They've won 3 in a row since, and they had top 60 RPI wins over Owensboro and Henderson County. When you look at what they've done against region teams, not just this season, but if you go through the record books, Brian, they do not lose to teams in this region. They've had 45 straight games holding Region 4 teams under 50. They've won every single one of those games. You have to go all the way back to the 2020-21 opener when they lost to Barron County 53-41. The game before that, they beat Greenwood, but the Lady Gators managed to put up 53 in the losing effort. That's the last time anybody even got above. As you've been able to see, Brian, this Franklin Simpson team with the speed and the blend of size, and really looking out here on the floor, I think that size might be the biggest factor of them all. This Franklin team, it feels crazy to say this, but I think it's true this season. Of all the good teams that Bowling Green has seen, Franklin Simpson is right there in that realm with those teams they saw at the Queen of the Commonwealth.
Absolutely, they are. And, Bowling Green is a veteran team. There's 6 seniors on this team, so they're a veteran team. Franklin Simpson, believe it or not, we seem like we talk about this every year, but still a relatively young team. There's a little more experience for Coach Taylor this year, but like I said, the first segment, Tyler, Franklin Simpson wants people to believe they're the best team in this region.
Yep.
I think they believe they're the best team in this region.
Yes.
Bowling Green believes they are, and Barron County probably believes they are. Franklin Simpson has a wonderful opportunity here tonight.
Bowling Green won both meetings between these two teams last year. They haven't lost at home to Franklin Simpson. I'm just the last time the Lady Cats have won at all was 2009. You'd have to go all the way back to the 2008 opener. So it was part of that 2008-2009 season, but the opener to that year, the last time that Franklin Simpson managed to win a game here at Bowling Green High School. I mentioned that Coach Taylor not won against Bowling Green. She's 0-5, all losses by double digits, 2 in the Region 4 tournament, including the 2022 title game that I know Coach Taylor remembers very, very well. This Bowling Green team is as good as those past region championship teams. They're ranked 17th in Kentucky in RPI. They played the 28th toughest schedule by opponent win percentage. 2 of their 3 losses have come to teams that are either ranked in that statewide top 15 in McCracken County, Franklin County receiving votes in that top 15. Here at home, though, and Brian, we know this from previous years, they're nearly unstoppable. They're 6-0 at home. Their average margin has been nearly plus 15 points per game. They're in the middle of a 6-game homestand. And if you go back of the first 3 games they've played during that homestand, they're shooting 42% from 3 on the season. They're shooting it at 36% from 3 overall. That's 8th in the state. 40% in their home games. They are shooting it from 3. And if there's one way to beat this Franklin Simpson team, it is probably with that 3-ball.
Absolutely, yes. And another way, obviously, to get that 3-ball off, you're going to have to beat the press. You're going to have to get the ball down the floor. Coach Taylor, I think Coach Taylor's okay with the defense they play, giving up a few layups.
Yes.
You're going to when you apply the kind of pressure that we do. You don't want to give up open looks from 3, especially against a team that shoots the ball well. Layup or 2 here and there. Stop them from 3. And you'll have a really good chance to win this ball game.
Mentioned these two teams played twice last season. In the game that was played here at Bowling Green, Franklin Simpson shot just 29%, 2 for 16 from 3. They were out-rebounded 34-18, and Bowling Green went 10 for 23 from deep in that game. Katie Smiley going 4 for 5. She is their sharpshooter. You could argue their best player overall. I don't think anybody would dispute that. The 6-foot junior averaging nearly 12 points and 6 rebounds per game on the season. You know for a fact that you're going to have to limit her, and thankfully the numbers show, and we know, Brian, numbers never lie. That's been the recipe for stopping Bowling Green this year. They've only lost 3 games, but in those 3 games, Katie Smiley averaging just 3 points per game, and overall between all 3, she's 1 for 15 from the floor. So the recipe there, if you're Franklin Simpson, easier said than done. As the buzzer sounds and the starting lineups are about to be announced here at Bowling Green High School, let's dive into them as well. It's a Bowling Green team that realistically runs 4 guards and 1 forward, but they've got more of a hybrid forward type in Chloe Potter, who's only a 5'7" senior, number 5, but she's a bully down there in the post, averaging about 5 points, 5 rebounds per game. She knows her role as one of those players that she knows what she's got to get done. She goes out there and she does it. It's not flashy. Now, they've got some flashy players in the backcourt. I mentioned Katie Smiley and what she can do from 3, shooting 40% from deep this season. Her high 22 against Glasgow. She scored at least 15 3 times this year. What makes her so dangerous is the other 2 in the backcourt beside her, in Josiah Franklin and Natasia Alexander, who both do an amazing job of getting to the rim. You can throw Natalia Wardlow into that conversation as well. Those 3 all average between 6 and 9 points per game. They're all slashers. They're all efficient around the rim. And it's going to 2 bigs down there to get stuck against all the guard movement that Bowling Green's going to run.
Coach Head has always ran teams, even from his, I'm sure you remember his Todd County teams. And since he's been here at Bowling Green, he always Ball movement's going to be critical for them. I think Coach Head and Coach Taylor in some regard, Coach Head coaches up. And what I mean by that, he's had talent, but he knows how to get the very best out of that talent.
Absolutely.
And they used to say he could take his 5 and beat your 5, or he could take your 5 and beat his 5. That's just, and I think Coach Taylor is in that same vein too. This is maybe the premier high school girls basketball game in the state tonight. It definitely is in the region, Tyler. I'm excited and ready to get this one rolling.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a better game than this one. Coach Head in his 7th season here at Bowling Green after spending 3 at Russellville. He's won 5 region titles here at Bowling Green, 4 straight.
Yep.
Coming into this season, but their biggest threats, these Franklin Simpson Lady Cats, off to their best start since 1984, 13-0 on the season, hunting their first win over Bowling Green since 2009. The starting 5, the same. Lanaya Brown, Caitlin McAllister, Jasmine Savage are your guards. Larisha Cawthorn and Chloe Smith make up the front court. As Coach Taylor has said time and time again, she believes that is the best front court that this region has to offer. Larisha averaging almost 18 points, nearly 10 rebounds per game. Chloe Smith averaging double figures as well, 10.5 points, 5.9 boards. Jasmine Savage has been erupting from deep. She's 17 for 33 from outside over her last 8 games. She is going to be that sharp shooting counter to what Katie Smiley has on the other side for Bowling Green. Cawthorn lines up with Smiley for the tip, who is listed at 6 foot and is legitimately the tallest player on the floor for Bowling Green. But don't get it mistaken, she's not a forward, she's not a center. The tip sails out of bounds. Cawthorn won it, but sent it out near the scorer's table. And 3 seconds in, Franklin won the tip, but the first possession is going to go to Bowling Green.
Weird how that works, isn't it?
Lady Purples in the base white uniforms, purples down the side, outlined in gold, Franklin Simpson in the base blue unis, numbers, and Lady Cats in the front in white, outline in gray. Driving layup left wide open on the baseline for Wardlow, and Bowling Green strike first.
See a little bit of that speed there from the right side getting to the basket.
Lady Purple's applying pressure defensively on the first possession, get a tip pass, but Larisha Cawthorn comes up with it. Big to big pass, and Chloe Smith finishes on the right block.
Wonderful drive with the left hand into the lane by Cawthorn, and gave it up to Smith for the 2.
And now the Lady Cats can set up their pressure with all the athleticism as Wardlow is able to bring it into the front court, guarded by Brown. Now circles back to half court, and the Lady Purples will set up their offense. And Taya Wardlow scored in double figures in the first 5 games of the season, is averaging just 5 over her last 5.
Thought at first time they're going to run the same play here, but they Lady Cats shut it down.
Wardlow guarded by Savage on the right wing, crosses over. They like that matchup, gets all the way to the rim. Shot is contested by Cawthorn, missed it, but Sav couldn't control the board on the baseline, and it'll go to Bowling Green there.
So you see early, surprising a little bit, what Bowling Green's plan early is at least, Tyler. Get the ball to the rim.
When we talked about those attacking guards around Smiley, then you've got the shooter is off a fake off the inbound. Alexander was able to get inside, but had her shot blocked the first time by Smith. Second try was blocked by Cawthorn, and about a full second later, a foul comes in.
She touched her. I'm not going to say it was a clean block, but maybe this early in a game, not enough to blow the whistle.
That has been the biggest issue for Larisha, if there's been one this season. The foul trouble, and Franklin needs her on the floor as much as they can get her here tonight as the first free throw falls for Natasia Alexander, who I got to watch as a youngin' back at Warren East in her early days. Showed a lot of potential and has really blossomed here at Bowling Green. As she gets the bounce on the second free throw to make it 4-2 early on for the Lady Purples. We played 1 minute and 15 seconds.
I think the whole town of Franklin is up here tonight, Tyler.
We could hear them rumbling behind us in the stand, just as they did at Todd County Central. Cawthorn gets it down low, misses the first try, fouled on the second try by Alexander, and I think they missed a foul on the pass as well. She's going to get hounded tonight. She's by far the tallest player on the floor, the most athletic player on the floor, and as we mentioned, Bowling Green's best size is Smiley. And they don't want her in the post.
Right. She wants to be out on the wing, so that's a very interesting dynamic. How do you guard Cawthorn? Do you front her? Do you put somebody behind? I don't think you can put anybody behind her. She's just going to get the ball and shoot over them. So Coach Head has no doubt planned for that, but be interesting. Haven't seen her get really on the block yet to post, so we'll see how that progresses.
She buries both free throws, and we're tied up at 4, a minute and a half in. Boy, you can feel the electricity behind us.
Yep.
Simpson contingent. I think they've got the Bowling Green crowd outnumbered.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Lanaya Brown with an on-ball steal, but then throws it away up ahead right into the hands of Chloe Potter. And Bowling Green has it right back. Ball goes right wing. Alexander looks to drive through traffic. Great straight-up contest by Cawthorn, forces the miss, and she has the board.
She carried the ball and got away with it.
She did. Goes to McAllister, left corner to break the press. Now back to Larisha. She's going to try a left corner three.
Got it.
Pure.
Maybe she just don't get on the block.
On the way up with the layup. It'll stay with Bowling Green down low, but that was in the opening round of the 4th region tournament. 70-32, Bowling Green won that game.
I remember
and
that
she's
game.
not been able to see Bowling Green since then. Brown, again, straight on, rips it away from Potter. This time Franklin Simpson comes up with it. Cawthorn lost it out to Sav. She wants to get in on the three-point party.
Short.
Left it short. It was right on line. And it falls out of bounds on the near side. Coughing corner. Bowling Green will inbound from there.
Another thing we didn't really get into pregame, Tyler, is obviously we know Coach Taylor's going to run young ladies in and out all night long.
Yes.
How deep is Bowling Green? How deep will Coach Head go into that bench predominantly on average?
They usually run about 8 deep. Franklin Simpson goes 9 or 10, and we see that early on with Nasia Nolan already checking in. Sav will get a breather. I think they bring Nasia in for defensive purposes. Is on another drive. Franklin gets to the rim, but there to draw the charge is Cawthorn. What a dicey play with having that first foul, and she draws the charge on Franklin. How do you stop those attacking guards? Well, that's one way.
Yep, get in front of them, take a charge.
5:21 left, first quarter.
Pull the press off, Tyler.
They do. Franklin Simpson, I think they'd almost prefer to run up and down that way. So we'll see what the Lady Cats do in the half court with a 3-point lead. 5:10 left in the first. Brown picks up her dribble deep on the wing, was looking for Larisha on the elbow, couldn't get it to her. Now goes to Chloe Smith. She has to pick up her dribble right elbow. Gives it off to Larisha. Now back outside, Lanaya Brown, who, as a 5'3" guard, Brian, ranks top 50 in the state in field goal percentage at 56%.
Wow.
She has it on the top of the key, sends it over left side, Larisha. They go down low. Smith gets right around.
Yep.
Smiley to the rim, finishes. And they've got nothing for these Franklin Simpson forwards so far. And that's the second foul on Alexander. She'll come out. In comes Riley Campbell.
I felt like Coach Head made a smart decision by backing the press off and defending the Lady Cats in the half court, because at least that gives you an opportunity to find somebody to guard.
Smith doesn't get the bounce, but down low, Cawthorn takes the board from two Lady Purples and is fouled on her putback try.
But the Lady Cats did a very good job running their offense and getting the shot for Chloe. She misses the free throw, and Cawthorn cleans it up.
That's the first foul on Smiley, and already the Lady Cats for the final 4:45 of this first quarter will be in the bonus. They've already taken 3 free throws. They lead at 9-4. All the points from the two forwards, Smith and Cawthorn. Larisha fires the first. It's pure. And another thing, Brian, that these two Franklin Simpson bigs that a lot can't anywhere in the state is they will pass high-low, big to big, and even block to block, big to big, and that's so hard to do anything with. You can't double them.
You can't double them, and it's a beautiful offense to watch when you got a couple of players that really know how to run it.
Larisha's already got 7. It's 11-4 after she buries the free throws. Near side ball is lost off the foot of Wardlow, and it's back to Franklin Simpson.
I'm kind of surprised Calvin hasn't called a timeout yet. His girls are a little bit out of sync and out of sorts, but this is a team that's played in big games. They understand this situation. So maybe you leave them out there and let them play through it.
He talks to Wardlow, the 5'1" junior. I assume the message there, just slow down a little bit.
Slow down.
Ball goes onto the left wing to Cawthorn, gives it back to Brown up top. Looks to attack now, pulls it out at the elbow. Nasia Nolan. Left side, Caitlin McAllister, who had a couple of threes in that win over Todd County Central to get rolling again. Goes back to Nolan. Now it goes back to Lanaya Brown. They won it on the elbows. Now they go to Larisha Cawthorn right side. She's guarded one-on-one by Potter. Goes up top, Lanaya Brown gets a screen from Larisha. Kicks it up top. Nolan all alone for 3. Missed it off the heel. Long rebound falls into the hands of Campbell.
Now, if you're Coach Head, I think that's exactly the kind of defensive possession you want. You'd rather have Franklin obviously shooting a 3 than a layup.
Smiley outside, had it poked away by Cawthorn, but gets it off to Campbell. Being hounded by McAllister. Amazing how much she's grown as a defender. Now guarding Wardlow on the switch. Throws up a wild runner and banked it in. She's got 4 of the 6 for Bowling Green, who trail it by 5. 3.5 minutes left first quarter.
Tyler Eaton, this game's kind of got a postseason feel to it.
It does. Cawthorn, 12-foot jumper, way long, but the rebound goes right to Smith. Smiley, I don't think, saw the ball. And it goes right to Chloe Smith, who now has 6, and it's 13-6.
Cawthorn may tell you that was a pass, though.
You know what? We'll give it to her.
We'll give her an assist on that one.
Brown hounding Wardlow. Wardlow spins to her left. Gets inside. Swatted away by McAllister. That might be her first career block. Here comes Lanaya Brown the other way.
Oh,
Smith all alone. Nobody near her.
He's got to call the
and
timeout.
Coach Ted has to take the timeout. Smith looks to the crowd and claps. It's 15-6 Franklin Simpson. Chloe Smith and Larisha Cawthorn have all 15 points. 2:56 left in this opening quarter. You said it, I'm going to echo it. This has postseason feel written all over it. And if you're Franklin Simpson, given that, you love this start.
Absolutely, and it's a game that, not to look too far ahead, but broadcasters are known to do that a little bit. It's a game that we could see in a couple of months.
I spoke about this extensively even at the Todd County Central game Friday, where I was trying to get Ashley to talk about this game a little bit. And she's not shy to say that this is a big game. These are 2 of the best, if not the 2 best teams in the region. And with all the baggage that Franklin Simpson has at the hands of Bowling Green, this has been welling up for a while.
And I will say, and this is not a disparaging remark, but this game means more to Franklin than it does Bowling Green.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It means
because
more
it all comes down to March.
Yes. But Franklin has to prove to themselves before we get to March, meet with this team.
Out of the timeout, Smiley comes out. They bring in Jakaya Mitchell, the 5'10 senior forward, to have a little bit more size. Franklin took Larisha out, replaced by Vanessa Ray. So now 4 guards, 1 forward, and Smith. Down low, drawing the bump is Josiah Franklin. Her layup is no good, but she's fouled.
And you can look at the crowds and see which school this game means more to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Franklin will have a pair of free throws on the season, just 12 for 26 to the stripe, but didn't look it on that one. It was perfect.
No way.
Averaging 6.8 points per game. She's a very peculiar case. Her season high is only 10, but she scored at least 5 in every game. That's consistent.
She's consistent. That's right.
Second free throw gets a high bounce off the heel and spins in, and it's now 15-8 Franklin Simpson. Now we see what the Lady Cats do without Larisha. Ball goes to Nasia on the left wing. Chloe tipped it, thought it was to her, but it ends up with Nolan. Now back up top, Lanaya Brown with 2:25 left in this opening quarter.
Coach Taylor wants play 1.
Ray pops out to get it on the left wing. What a weapon she's been off the bench, averaging over 6 per game. Nasia Nolan, the same can be said about. She drives into traffic, had her layup tipped by Mitchell, and Bowling Green has the board. Wardlow wants to run. It is now Larisha is going to come back in. They go back to her in the lineup. Chloe Smith comes out. And no, they tell Chloe to come back in. I assume they were going back to the 2 forward look because they've had so much success. It's Lanaya Brown that comes out. So Ray, McAllister, and Nolan are the guards as Franklin gets it up top. 2 minutes now left in the quarter. Drives around Cawthorn, gets around Smith in the post, missed the layup. Offensive rebound for Mitchell, who missed the second try. Third try to no avail, and Franklin Simpson finally gets it. Here comes McAllister. Head up on the dribble, hands it off to Nolan. Chloe Smith up top. Down low, Larisha Cawthorn finishes on the block. Big to big passes. 17-8 FS, 1:40 left first quarter.
Beautiful offense when it works.
Wardlow has it deep right wing, being guarded by Vanessa Ray. Got the glasses back on, came out with contacts in the Todd County Central game. Wardlow swings it left side. Franklin fakes a 3 to get around Cawthorn. Can't finish over the towering Chloe Smith, and Chloe's got the board as well. Off to McAllister, again looking to push it on the break. Drives baseline, gets stuck, and traveled. Little too aggressive, but I do like how Caitlin has been the one they're getting it to, and she has every time look to push that tempo, and when your seniors doing that, you can tell that's the game plan from Coach Taylor. 1:18 left in the quarter. It's 17-8 Franklin Simpson. Bowling Green looking to weather the storm, and if there's one thing that a Coach Calvin Head team can do, it is that.
Absolutely.
As Wardlow has it up top, dribbling right to left, had it deflected out of bounds by Vanessa Ray into the waiting hands nearly of Brian Davis. I don't think he came up with the catch.
Thinking about that Franklin Simpson Davis County game that I did where early in the game it looked like Davies County could do no wrong.
Yes.
Everything they shot went in, built a big lead, but the Lady Cats hung around.
And you know Bowling Green is capable of doing the same.
You know this.
They
yes.
know how to win.
Yes.
This is a prove-it game for Franklin Simpson. Right side, Franklin with under a minute left in the quarter. Spins inside, working on McAllister. Walked, no call. Smith tries to rip away the rebound from Potter. They're going to call a jump ball that sends it to Franklin Simpson. 51.2 seconds left in the quarter. Still, Cawthorn and Smith have all 17
Amazing.
For the Lady Cats. They're both in.
But we're playing to our strengths right now.
We mentioned the size advantage, and Franklin Simpson has taken advantage of the advantage. Larissa being hounded right elbow, finally gets it, swings it left side. Savage all alone for three. Missed it long. Larissa bats the board, but it's collected by Riley Campbell. She wants to run with it. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Stuck right wing. Wants to get it back to a guard, and finally Franklin comes to get it. Runs into traffic. Sends it over on the left side. Smiley driving right. Gets inside. Splits through two defenders and finishes with the scoop.
It's her first shot attempt, I think, Tyler.
As I mentioned, the key to containing Bowling Green contained Katie Smiley. She's now got two as McAllister breaks the press. Under 10 seconds left in the quarter. Ray drives baseline. Triple team. Gets rid of it to Cawthorn.
Yeah.
6-foot jumper. Swish. 2 seconds left. One. The quarter comes to a close. The full court heave left well short and through one. The forwards for Franklin Simpson lead this ball game 19-10. 11 for Cawthorn, 8 for Chloe Smith. You are listening to Franklin Simpson basketball on 92.3 WFKN.
Second quarter, Lady Purple basketball.
The Franklin Simpson Lady Cat basketball team looking to secure their best start ever. They lead at 19-10 as we get the second quarter underway. Larissa Cawthorn leads all scorers with 11. Chloe Smith, they've got all the Lady Cat points. Chloe on the bench to start the quarter is on the near side. Riley Campbell just lost it out of bounds for Bowling Green.
It's an unforced turnover.
Franklin Simpson will get it back. 4 guards on the floor with Larissa. Caitlin McAllister, Lanaya Brown, Nasia Nolan, as well as Jasmine Savage on the floor. For Bowling Green, Natalia Wardlow leads with 4. Smiley with just 2 so far. She's averaging 12 per game. Right corner, Nolan goes down low. Cawthorn, skip pass on the left baseline. And a walk is called on Brown before she went up with the leg. Goes to Bowling Green on the baseline as Wardlow comes back in. She's leading them just 5'1". I mentioned has struggled with scoring as of late. Didn't score in either game against Franklin Simpson last year, but very dynamic, and they've got great speed in their backcourt.
Absolutely.
One of those speedsters. Alexander sends it on the right side to Wardlow, who surveys, now goes up top to Smiley. Guarded by Cawthorn. That is your premier matchup.
Yep.
Kicks it out to Wardlow, defended by Savage. Right side, Alexander, deep right wing. Tries to hesitate around McAllister, but Caitlin stays with her. They reset with Wardlow. We're a minute into the quarter. It's 19-10. Franklin Simpson here in the second at Bowling Green High School. Smiley, left wing. Cawthorn pokes twice, can't get it away. It goes to Alexander between the circles. Now left side, Potter. Bowling Green, little stuck right now on the perimeter. Wardlow looks to attack. Nice crossover dribble at the free throw line and able to spin it off the back of the rim and in. She's crafty.
Very patient there, and it resulted in 2.
Lead trimmed down to 7. Brown on the right wing, cross court to Nolan. It's a man-to-man defense, but they're sagging off to kind of soft double-team Cawthorn. She has it left elbow, going to pull from 16, hit every part of the rim and then fell off. Wardlow gets the board. She looks to run, now holds it up on the right wing. Picked up by Lanaya Brown. Vanessa Ray and Chloe Smith will check in at the next dead ball. Coach Head tells his Lady Purples to move off the ball as right side Alexander gets it. Wardlow pops at the top of the key, defended by Nasia Nolan.
They're making Franklin Simpson play defense this quarter.
Up top, Campbell has it. She's averaging 6 per game, a 39% three-point shooter. She's the other threat besides Smiley, and lately has been their best threat from outside. She's 15 from 30 their last 7 games. Here comes Smiley from the right wing, out to Campbell. Right corner, 3. Missed long, rebounded by Nolan, who then lost it. They'll say that Alexander poked it away, so Franklin Simpson will inbound under the Bowling Green basket. As Ray and Smith come in, Savage and Nolan go out.
Very important 5 minutes and 48 seconds here, I think, for Franklin Simpson. You don't want Bowling Green, I don't want to say to get back in the game. They're in the game, obviously, but you would like to go into halftime with I'm going to say 7 to 10 point lead. You don't really want it to be a close game at halftime, because if it's a close game, that means in the next 5:40, Bowling Green's going to make a run. So keep your foot down, keep doing what you've been doing.
Smith hands it off to Cawthorn. They go back to what they did in the first quarter, that 2-big lineup. Brown attacks, kicks, Ray driving baseline, pulls from 12. Looked like she was in 2.5 minutes to get that first bucket of the second quarter, but the defense is held. Wardlow loses it up top, being guarded by Lanaya Brown. For all she does on offense, it's the defense that's big. Wardlow gets inside, kicks baseline, 15-foot jumper, perfect from Riley Campbell. Bowling Green has settled in offensively now.
Yes, they have.
Down low, Smith catches them sleeping. Tries to go up over 2 defenders. It is called a jump ball, dual possession as she was going up with the shot. The arrow will keep it with Franklin Simpson, though. And during the timeout, quickly, Coach Head will bring in Jakaya Mitchell for more size against those 2 Franklin Simpson forwards. Alexander also comes back in. She's been careful with her 2 fouls. And this quarter, neither team has had a foul. Franklin Simpson was not really able to take advantage of that in the first quarter.
It's a foul fest in the first quarter and nothing here in the second.
McAllister looking to inbound, gets it into the last second in the corner to Cawthorn, now handed right back to Caitlin. Right side, Lanaya Brown, Chloe Smith right baseline. Looks to go to work, drives in, kicks at the last moment, but barrels through and commits the charge. There to draw it was Franklin. First foul on Chloe Smith.
Now, the last few possessions, you've kind of seen Franklin get out of rhythm a little bit and try to do some things that did not help them build this lead.
Bowling Green is giving up that baseline drive, and Franklin's taking it a little too aggressively.
Yes. Like the mouse to the cheese, they're taking it.
Ball comes into the front court for Bowling Green. 21-14 is the Franklin Simpson lead. 4:35 left before halftime. Smiley uses the size advantage to post up McAllister. Missed the layup. There to help was Cawthorn, and she got the board. Off to Vanessa Ray. When it's Nessa, you know she wants to run. Picks it up on the right block. Now swings it back out at half court to McAllister, and they reset. Over on the right side, Lanaya Brown goes right elbow. Larisha Cawthorn, guarded by Alexander. To Ray, left corner. Can't get around the defending Franklin. Swings it over to Brown. It was a nice find on the right elbow. Lanaya tried to drive to her right and then lost it off her leg. Looked up, had a few words with herself, and it goes back to Bowling Green on the turnover. Little reckless on offense.
Turnovers in 2 straight trips now for our Lady Cats.
Halfway through the second quarter, 21-14 Franklin Simpson. They scored 19 in the opening frame. Right wing Franklin has it, guarded by McAllister. Wardlow tries to pop and get it. They can't get it to her. Instead, they set a screen. Now they go down low with the mismatch. Mitchell on McAllister. They call a charge. It was a travel or a charge, one of them, as Mitchell just ran over McAllister. And what a defensive game Caitlin has played.
She wasn't going to make that shot anyway.
No. Nolan comes in. Ray checks out. Coach Taylor spoke about this, and it's amazing to look back at who Caitlin was as a player to now, to where Coach Taylor can say the three-pointers for her are extra because she's been so good defensively.
Yes.
That's amazing with how much she's grown as now one of the 2 seniors on this team. Left side, Nolan. She wants a triple. Can't break the drought. High rebound, tipped out. Did Wardlow touch it, or was it Brown? They're going to say it's off of Franklin Simpson.
No.
And every face on the floor for FS says they can't believe it. It's going to be Bowling Green ball, and they get it in quickly as Wardlow will walk it up. Tough break for the Lady Cats.
You're going to have those in the course of a ball game.
Alexander up top, now sends it over on the left wing to Franklin, guarded by McAllister. Smiley pops out for a right wing three. Off the heel, no. Cawthorn being contested by two. She takes it away from both of them for the board.
I thought Smiley made that one.
I did too. It was right on line. Up top, Cawthorn, crossover dribble at the free throw line. Gets inside against Smiley, and Smiley blocked the shot, collected the board for herself. Up ahead to Wardlow. Hesitation dribble right wing. Trying to get around McAllister baseline, but Caitlin cuts her off. Now spins to her left, kicks it out left side for a Franklin three. That one misses long, and McAllister chases down the board.
If Franklin follows her shot there, she gets her own rebound.
Easy one.
She stayed planted.
Caitlin driving kick to Brown. Right corner, thought about a three. She doesn't shoot them often, has only taken two this season, missed them both. McAllister wants a time, screaming for one. They didn't hear her, and Caitlin says, well, I'll just take one myself. 21-14 is the Franklin Simpson lead. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. 2:31 left before halftime. Just 2 points in the second quarter offensively for Franklin Simpson. The good news is Bowling Green has only scored 4. It's slowed down into more of a half-court game, which you know Bowling Green wants.
Yep.
Franklin Simpson has not been able to get out and run as much, and when they have, Brian, it's been a little sloppy at times.
It has been a little sloppy. Sometimes, and this is going to sound crazy, but a lot of things I say do. Sometimes I'm afraid in a first quarter things can come almost too easy.
Yes.
I saw it for Davies County. You watched it fast, and then you get the mindset because it's human nature. Well, everything's just going to be that easy all night.
Right.
And then it's not, and then that causes you to try to do things you wouldn't normally try to do.
McAllister will inbound out of the timeout. We'll see if Franklin Simpson can settle back in. They've got the starting five on the floor. Jabs with it through Larisha at the free throw line. It goes right wing to McAllister. Now to Larisha at the free throw line. Tied up for a moment by Smiley. Pulls it away. Sends it to Savage left corner. Her three misses way long, but Lanaya Brown chases down the board. Up top, McAllister. Goes down low, Cawthorn. One-on-one with Smiley. Bullies through. Missed the shot. Chloe Smith with the board. Her second chance no good. And the rebound of everyone to come up with it.
Yeah.
It's the 5-1 Wardlow. Stopped at the free throw line. Got away with a travel. I think Alexander did too on the right wing. Now drives inside and draws a foul.
So those are opportunities down there, Tyler, that we're missing right now that early in the game we were making.
Those two bigs had 19 points in the first quarter. They are scoreless in the second and have had some good looks. That time, credit to Katie Smiley. Good straight-up defense as Alexander will have a pair of free throws. She's 2 for 2 at the line. Bowling Green as a team is 4 for 4 on the season, shooting just 55%, but they have been perfect tonight as Alexander drills the first.
From a Bowling Green perspective, anybody on their team that's going to shut our bigs down, it's going to have to be Smiley.
Yes.
She's about their only option.
Alexander sends up the second left-handed free throw. It's perfect. She's now got 4, and the lead is down to 5 for Franklin Simpson. 21-16, 1:45 left before halftime. Smith, right elbow, holds it above her head, tries to go down low, Cawthorn, and send it over her. Again, sealed off well by Smiley.
Bowling Green has changed their defense this quarter, and Franklin, that high-low, just not there this time.
They're keeping Smiley in the paint. They're not pulling her out no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Coach Head told her, go there, stay there.
Smiley has it up top now against Cawthorn. Drives right, gets to the baseline, and has her jumper swatted away by Larisha. She's up with the board. Gives it off to McAllister, who brings it front court. Can the Lady Cats put a little offense together in the final 1:15 of this quarter? Right elbow, Larisha. She's going to pull from 18.
Yeah.
Pure. Boy, she has worked on that jump shot.
Yeah, she has.
The lead up to 7. You said you wanted 7 to 10.
Yep.
It's 7 right now. We'll see how long Bowling Green holds here. Coach Head calls this play. A minute left in the quarter. Alexander picks up her dribble 7 feet off the top of the key. Tries to bounce it over, and it's stolen away by Cawthorn. One-on-one with Alexander. Contact, no call. Brown gets the board.
Yeah.
She finishes anyway.
Cawthorn tried to sell that a little bit. Refs didn't buy it.
But Lanaya was there.
Cleans it up anyway.
She has rebounded so well, averaging 4.5 at just 5'3". It's a 9-point lead in the quarter. Alexander gives it over on the left side to Campbell, guarded loosely by Chloe. Right side it goes to Chloe Potter. Smiley flashes, they can't get it to her. Left wing, Franklin thought about a 3, steps in, sends it on the baseline. Long two is perfect off the hands of Riley Campbell to cut the lead back to 7. Franklin's got 10 seconds to work with. Brown comes front court. Left side, Savage thought about a jumper. Looks down low, can't get it to Smith. To Lanaya Brown, 5 seconds left. They go on the elbow. Cawthorn with 2 seconds left. Throws it up, and it swishes home. All you can do is laugh.
Even Coach Savage is laughing. He's like, did that go in? Really?
Here's the crazy part. Everybody's laughing. Larisha grabs both sides of the jersey, gives him a tug, and she is Locked in. Franklin Simpson leads 27-18 at halftime here at Bowling Green High School. We said it in the pregame. I'll say it again. The Lady Cats seeking their best start ever and their first win of any kind against Bowling Green since 2009. 48-46 was the score in that game, and the 2009 Region 4 semifinals looking like a similar game score-wise here tonight. It's going to be a battle, so don't go anywhere. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we take a look at the halftime stats. We'll see if we've got any scores from around the area, and we'll also maybe chat a bit about the boys' game coming up as the Wildcats will play in the latter half of this doubleheader against the top team in the region in Bowling Green. Right now on the girls' side, the top team in the region leads number 2 Bowling Green 27-18. You're listening to Franklin Simpson basketball on 92.3 WFKN. All right, we can do 3 minutes here. I'm going to try to get a jump on my boys' book now because I didn't get 2 pregame. Things were a little chaotic.
Well, that went about as well as we could have hoped.
We just got to keep the pedal to the metal.
Yep.
All right, I got our side of the book filled out. I'll take it. Here's the big number, and I can make this very simple. 0 3-pointers.
Yeah. Yeah. That says everything right there.
Yep. Back with you from Bowling Green High School, where it's halftime in the first half of a Region 4 doubleheader. Franklin Simpson has made the trip up to Bowling Green, and when I say Franklin Simpson, I mean half of Green High. Halftime in the first ball game, it's the Lady Cats leading at 27-18 over Bowling Green. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined by Brian Talley. It's an amazing night for basketball here at BGHS. Brian, as we take a look at the numbers from that opening half, we'll talk about the performance from the two bigs for Franklin in a moment, but the big thing that stood out for me for a Bowling Green team that is the 8th best three-point shooting team in the state by percentage at 36%, they go over from outside in the opening half of this game, which is made even crazier when I mentioned earlier that in their home games they're shooting nearly 41% from three this season, a goose egg from outside in that first half.
Amazing. I'm not sure if they even attempted a three or not.
They tried one or two.
It wasn't many at all, if any. Just great
Campbell
defense.
had a look in the corner, and I believe they got one from Franklin or Alexander. Yes, that was it.
But, just, 18 points to hold this offense to 18 points at halftime. You got to love your chances of getting out of here with a W.
Bowling Green won both matchups between these two teams last year. I mentioned in the game here at Bowling Green, the Lady Purples went 10 for 23 from outside. I didn't touch on this in the pregame, but in the second game that was played at Franklin Simpson, 46-31 was the Bowling Green win. 15-point deficit is the closest that Franklin Simpson has been able to play these Lady Purples under Coach Taylor. The Lady Cats went just 3 for 18 from deep. They held Katie Smiley scoreless. She's only got 2 points here tonight, and as a team, the Lady Purples went 1 for 9 from deep in that ball game, but they took 15 more shots than Franklin Simpson because of turnovers. Now, those have still been an issue in this ball game for Franklin Simpson, but so far the blueprint from that game, if you had to look at boxes, you've checked off a few of them. Katie Smiley with just 2 points so far. Natalia Wardlow leads the way with 6. Natasia Alexander, Riley Campbell each with 4. Josiah Franklin has 2 points, but nobody's really been able to get loose and be the go-to scorer for Bowling Green in this ball game, which the opposite can be said for Franklin Simpson. Larisha Cawthorn has 15 points by herself in this game.
Bowling Green does not have an answer for her, and I'm not sure they have one for Chloe either. Inside, it's just total domination.
Chloe had 8 in the first quarter, has not scored since then, but Larisha with her 15 on pace to match her career high, which is 30 against Allen County Scottsville. That was last year while she was still at Russellville. Her Franklin Simpson high is 23 points. She's done that twice, and it might take that much for Franklin Simpson. 6 for 6 from the charity stripe in this ball game, and it speaks things down. They turned this game into exactly what they wanted it to, and yet by the end, it was a net neutral quarter. No team had an advantage. 8-8. Franklin Simpson had the first quarter they wanted. Even when Bowling Green rallied and played the game to the style they wanted, they couldn't gain an edge.
They could not, and we got to 21-15 there at one point, maybe about midway through the quarter, and I thought, this is that run we didn't want to see from Bowling Green, but again, the Lady Cats, I think Coach Taylor called a timeout.
Yep.
And really just reorganized and pushed that lead back out to 9 here at half.
Huge stretch for Franklin Simpson. They've got this game against Bowling Green, which will tell us early on who was the Region 4 favorite. And then on Friday, it's up to Owensboro for the opening game of the two-way tournament against Louisville Christian Academy. And you're looking at, by the way that the bracket has been done, maybe the two best teams in that field are facing off in the opening round. With full coming into the season, you're probably a little confused as to why that's happening on Friday, because that magnet schedule says that there's supposed to be a doubleheader against Russellville. That has been pushed back to the 22nd. So that's when those games will take place. The boys will not play on Friday. That boy-girl doubleheader in district will take place on the 22nd as Franklin Simpson goes to Russellville. And I mentioned the boys, and we'll close our halftime with this, Brian Talley. Just some quick preview of what to expect out. They're number 1 in the region, number 11 in the state. They're 13-4 on the season. But Franklin Simpson has played every other top team in the state tight. All their losses have been close to those good teams. And as you know, there's a tendency from Franklin Simpson for one season or another, and we saw it firsthand last season, to play Bowling Green tight.
Yep. It goes back to what we talked about pregame. And again, Bowling Green athletes and fans do not see this game the way Franklin athletes and fans do.
Right.
That's not a knock either way. It's just a fact.
Yes.
There's 4 or 5 other schools up here. They have rivalries with.
Yep. But the way that you change that,
is by winning some. And the Lady Cats are trying to do that. and we'll see what the Wildcats can do later.
Do we see the true birth of a rivalry here tonight, or should I say the rebirth of a rivalry? Because we've seen it have that status in the past where it's been back and forth off to Natasia Franklin. Crossover dribble, gets inside, kicks it out left corner. Franklin looking to drive around Cawthorn, dumps it off, right block. Jumper no good. Cawthorn and Franklin went to the ground. Now they call a jump ball, and the possession arrow will give it to Franklin Simpson. I think that Larisha just got tangled up with Josiah Franklin. She's holding her lower back as she walks into the front court. Still got that right hand on there. Now takes it off. Flips the ponytail, and I'll assume that's the sign that she's A-OK. Who gets it in the corner. Looks to drive. Sends it to Cawthorn. Chloe Smith, the other forward. Brown gets it up top, right corner. McAllister goes down low to Chloe Smith. Looked like a good pass, but I think Chloe Potter just got a fingertip on it to tip it away, and Smiley is up with it. She's going to look to be more aggressive in this second half, I promise.
She will have to be if Bowling Green wants a chance to win this basketball game.
Potter up top, sends it over to Wardlow, the 5'1 junior, their leading scorer with 6 points. Goes right corner, Franklin. McAllister nearly tipped it. Now Franklin's going to pull a three, missed wildly, and up with the board on the elbow is Lanaya Brown. Controls her dribble through traffic. Now it goes left wing to McAllister. Scoreless so far, but has been fantastic defensively. Right side, Savage. Thought about a three, but a great closeout from Alexander. They go right elbow. Cawthorn, double team. Big to big pass. Perfect to Chloe Smith, and she's into double figures with 10.
That's how they started the game. That's how they start the third quarter.
That was one of those, it's like an NFL pass where you say that she is. Wardlow gets it into the front court. They're going to get ready to make a sub with Riley Campbell. Shot missed wildly. Wardlow goes down. She's looking at the official like, I'm hurt. I need a timeout.
I can't believe they didn't stop play for her.
And she was hurt on offense. On defense, there's nothing they can do. Cawthorn down low, one-on-one with Smiley. Gets double teamed, tries to kick it out. Savage chased down a deflected pass. Now it goes up top to Lanaya Brown. She's guarded by the injured Wardlow. Goes down low Smith. She's hacked in the face. It's batted away, and Alexander up with it. Wardlow still hurt and is looking to her bench like, Coach, I need to come out. As Alexander brings it around, it goes to Smiley, top of the key. All credit to Wardlow. She's toughing it out, has the ball, doesn't have her full quickness, has to give it up. Now it goes down low, Smiley. One-on-one with Smith. Brown comes to trap, forces the tie-up. Jump ball will keep it with Bowling Green. And now you've got to assume Wardlow will come out. She does.
I think she's cramping.
Campbell comes in. She goes straight to her coach and says, Coach, I don't know if you noticed, I'm hurt.
How can those two guys over there notice and nobody else does? That's probably what she's saying.
Smith comes out. Vanessa Ray in for Franklin Simpson. So 4 guards, 1 big right now. Brown nearly deflected the inbound. Alexander gets it. Gets around 2 defenders. Sends it out left side for a wide open 3. And there's their first one. And it's the hot hand for this Bowling Green offense. Riley Campbell. She's leading them with 7, and it's 29-21.
That's the best look they've had from 3 all night.
And that's their best shooter at the moment. She has been on fire over their recent stretch. Down low, double team. Tried to dump it off to Ray. It skipped into the hands of Savage. Back to Vanessa on the baseline, looking down low for Cawthorn. Can't get it to her, and they wisely reset with McAllister. 5 minutes left, third quarter. It's 29-21, Franklin Simpson. Larisha, free throw line, working on Smiley. Spins to her right. Kick out to Sav, now to Ray on the right wing. To Cawthorn, right elbow is bumped, and they're going to get Smiley for a blocking foul. That's her second. And it's the first foul of the second half. First foul we've had in a while.
Yes.
For Campbell, that's the 16th three-pointer she's made over her last 7 in about half games.
Wow.
McAllister looking to inbound. They're trying to spring Savage open. Finally get it into her in the corner. Now goes back to Caitlin. Thought about a right corner 3. Didn't pull the trigger. And goes back to Sav.
Coach and staff told her, shoot that.
Lanaya gets it on the elbow, spins out, sends it to Sav, now gets it right back. Cawthorn wants it down low, couldn't get it to her. She had Smiley sealed. Instead it goes to McAllister. Larisha wants it one-on-one down low. Gets it on the elbow, but then it's poked out from behind by Franklin. And now Jakiah Mitchell will come in as Coach Jermaine Savage does some coaching from the bench, and wisely so to Larisha. When you get that ball, pull it down into your chest so they can't poke it away like that. 4:30 left in the quarter. Again, it's been a defensive battle. It's 29-21 FS. Ray, right side, crossover dribble, gets inside and bailed out by a foul.
We'll
out of see control, who it's on.
But you called it right, bailed out.
That's the third on Smiley, so it's a big one, too. She's going to stay in. quickly into Cawthorn. She's guarded by Jakaya Mitchell. Gets around her, bumped on the way to the rim, and she'll have 2 free throws. Great awareness by Larisha to realize there she had the speed advantage. As they get Mitchell for her second foul. When Mitchell's on her, Larisha can get around.
Absolutely.
Smiley a bit more agile. It can move better laterally.
3 quick fouls on Bowling Green.
Franklin was able to get them in some foul trouble in the first quarter. Second quarter was clean on both sides. As Larisha's first free throw is clean, she is 5 for 5 at the stripe in this ball game. On the season, a 59% shooter. As Savage comes out, Nasia Nolan comes in. Sav hasn't yet been able to strike from deep. As I mentioned earlier, she'd made 17 in her last 8 games. 43% shooter on the season. Was just 1 for 5 against Todd County. As Larisha gets the second to go off the back of the rim and pushes the lead back into double figures at 10. 31-21, 4:15 left, third quarter from Bowling Green High School.
Biggest lead of the night, I think, Tyler. Is this the first time it's been to double figures?
It might have pushed it up there in the first quarter.
Okay.
Up top, Mitchell has it, swings it over on the left side to Alexander, who crosses over, but lost it. Who is it off of? Looked like it was off Alexander's foot. They're going to say that it was off of Lanaya. And again, she walks around in pure disbelief. And I think, Brian, now that I think about it, going back since we started this quarter with the layup, that made the lead 11 immediately. But Bowling Green countered with that 3 so fast, it was wiped off.
Yep.
Mitchell sealing down low, had the mismatch on Nolan. They don't give it to her. Instead, it goes up at the top of the key to Alexander. That was a free 2 points that they gave it to Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Right wing Campbell, double team, goes up top. Nolan nearly got there to pick it off, but Mitchell comes up with it. Left wing Alexander. Dribbles to her right, goes to Potter, looks down low. No Smiley on the floor. Offense out of control right now. Franklin looking to bring it into her own hands. Isolated on McAllister on the right wing. Wants a screen from Potter to her left. Now gives it up at the top of the key to Mitchell. Bounce pass to a driving Campbell. Was executed wonderfully, but rushed her layup and missed it long. They finally got a good look, couldn't convert. Brown being pressured by Potter, but brings it into the front court. Gets around everybody. Kicks it out left corner to Nolan. On the baseline to Vanessa Ray. Cross court, great find. Larisha Cawthorn wants her second 3 of the night. It's short. Ray tries to chase down the board. Has it in the corner and gets it back to Larisha. Fires a dart left wing Nasia Nolan. Kick out McAllister. Right side, Lanaya Brown. We've got 3 minutes left in the quarter. Cawthorn, baseline, drives, bumps, fires one up. No call. Mitchell has the board, but then threw it away trying to go to Campbell. And Coach Head can't do anything but smile. It was a pure miscommunication, and now puts the hands down, telling his girls again, slow it down. And good news for Bowling Green is Wardlow was going to check back in after she was hurt earlier. Could have been cramps, like you said. I didn't see if they were working on her over there.
They gave her some drink, and I think she's good to go.
I wonder if it was that pickle juice the Franklin Simpson football team used. Off the inbound, Brown has it between the circles, goes left side, Larisha. Wasn't expecting the pass, but got it. Chloe Smith is back in. She's sealed off down low, can't get it to her. Instead, they work it around the perimeter now into the right corner. Nasia Nolan goes down low, Smith, and she's fouled from behind on the pass by Potter. 4th foul on Bowling Green. Lady Cats in the bonus for the rest of the quarter.
If it came down to me drinking pickle juice, I'd just have to cramp.
I'm playing on one leg.
Give me some crutches. I'll do my best.
Cawthorn gets the inbound. Right block, spins around and finishes with the left hand. She's got 19.
No answer for that.
Especially with Smiley out of the ball game. This is Larisha time.
How many does that put her up to now?
She's got 19 in the ball game.
I think you just said that, didn't you?
Campbell lost it on the near side.
Careless.
They do not know, and it's rare that they've been in situations where Smiley is not on the floor. They've got great guards, but everything runs through Smiley. And without her on offense and defense, Franklin Simpson has been able to take advantage. They push the lead out to 12. Full timeout taken. We'll step away as well. 33-21, Franklin Simpson leads on the girls' side. 2:20 left, third quarter, here on 92.3. I would give it to Larisha every possession until they put Smiley back in.
Absolutely.
Every time. That elbow, let her go. Block, elbow, wing, I don't care.
She's either going to score or get fouled.
Make them put Smiley back in. .321 Franklin Simpson leading Bowling Green in the girls matchup, the first half of this doubleheader. at Bowling Green High. 2:20 left, third quarter. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined by Brian Talley. What a night for basketball here in the 4th region. We talked about this during the break, Brian. You assume the game plan is very clear for Franklin Simpson as Katie Smiley is going to stay on the bench for Bowling Green. Run this thing through Larisha Cawthorn.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, and if we can figure that out, Tyler, no offense to
Wing has a screen from Potter waiting on the side. Cawthorn comes up to strip it away on the way to the rim. Lady Cats have numbers. Here comes Brown. Hesitates. Gets to the bucket. Contact with Mitchell. No call. Mitchell gets the board. Elbows Chloe Smith. And they're going to get her for the offensive foul on that one.
Right call.
That's the 3rd foul now on Jakaya Mitchell, who has been in for Katie Smiley, who has 3 fouls. They haven't officially announced the foul.
Now Coach Head, and rightfully so, wants an explanation.
He wants to know who the foul is on if there is a foul. I think he agrees with it. He's just saying that we need to know who it's on.
And the scores table needs to know what the call was. I think they wiped the foul off. I really do.
We'll see what they end up doing here. Coach Head still talking with one official.
But they're giving the ball to who? They're giving the ball to Franklin.
Franklin Simpson is going to inbound.
The foul has to count.
And that's what Coach Head is contesting. How can there not be a foul if it's Franklin Simpson ball?
Bowling Green had possession.
Cawthorn gets the inbound, goes down low. Chloe Smith again takes it away over Chloe Potter. And they're going to say that Smith's right foot was on the baseline, wrapped around Potter, and goes out of bounds. As now Katie Smiley is going to come back in for Bowling Green. Mitchell goes to the bench with, I assume, still 2 fouls. They didn't give her the foul.
We really don't know.
It's 35-21 still. Smiley comes back in, and this is a big final 140.
The team foul number
never went up.
So, yeah, you're right. They didn't give it to her.
Smiley with her 3 fouls comes back in. Huge minute and a half for Bowling Green here. Alexander has it up top. Right wing Wardlow. They flash Potter down low, can't get it to her. Wardlow attacks the rim and again scoops it up and in amongst the trees. 35-23 now, and left side, lazy pass stolen away. Here comes Alexander.
That's a block.
Barrels through Brown. It is a block, and it'll be 2 free throws for Natasia Alexander. So there on offense, you saw the gravity of Katie Smiley. Wardlow drives. You can't come off Smiley. Gets a clean look on the other end, just a lackadaisical pass. And now Alexander can trim the lead back down to 10. You cannot let Bowling Green put together a run here to end this quarter. Alexander 4 for 4 at the line. So far tonight, a 58% free throw shooter on the season. Makes the first of these 2. Bowling Green, perfect so far at the stripe. They're 7 for 7. In their previous 3 losses, just 17 for 31. They don't get to the line a ton as they stay perfect. Alexander's got 6 points all at the line. Wardlow deflects the inbound. It'll stay with FS on the baseline. Dangerous.
Yes.
Minute 13 for FS.
Yep.
Brown able to get it into the front court.
Bowling Green's turning that pressure up.
They are. Smith up top. Look for Larisha King. Side is stolen away to McAllister. Free run, free layup. Natasia Alexander on a personal 4-0 run. And just like that, a 6-0 run for Bowling Green cuts the lead to 8.
Wow.
And the McAllister to Cawthorn left elbow. Guarded by Potter. Sends it right side Nolan. Now back to McAllister. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Left side Brown. She wants to go down low to Cawthorn. Can't get it to her. Potter doing a good job of denying. Instead it goes right wing. Nolan. There's the answer from 3.
Wow.
And a quick timeout taken by Coach Taylor. 27 seconds left in the third quarter. It's a full. We'll keep it here though. 38-27. Nasia Nolan with the answer. Just the second 3 of the night for Franklin Simpson. Pushes that lead back into double figures at 11. What a great cross-court find. They wanted Cawthorn down low, couldn't get it to her. Instead, bulleted to the right wing, and there stands Nasia. The season, she's averaging almost 6 a game off the bench, and that's one big advantage Franklin Simpson has here. That bench has a ton of experience. They've got a lot of run. And here's the thing, Brian Talley, this isn't just a bench where they come in and they're going to be out there just to fill space. They come in looking to score.
Absolutely. And, that's what you want. Your bench to add to when they come out there. I still think this is going to be Last 8 minutes and 27.1 seconds.
It's going to be a fun game.
Some things are going to happen that we're not thinking are going to happen. You know?
If you're listening on the radio, if you're watching the stream, wherever you're tuned in, don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
This is what it's all about. 27.1 seconds left in the quarter as we get back underway out of the timeout. Cawthorn, Smith, the forwards in for Franklin Simpson defensively. Smiley in there for Bowling Green with Riley Campbell now being joined to the front court by Josiah Franklin. Wardlow will inbound it to Alexander. Here we go. Alexander walks it up. Lanai Brown waiting for her at half court. Now picks up her man-to-man defense on the right wing. Wardlow pops out to get it top of the key. They go left side to Franklin. Working on Smith. Goes up top, Campbell tries a contested three over Nolan. Missed it. Rebound deflected. Alexander able to chase it down to the baseline. Cross court. Franklin drives around Smith. All the way to the rim. Can't finish the layup in traffic. Larisha with the board. Gets rid of it to McAllister. And order. What a stand defensively for Franklin Simpson. And what a great closeout on that three-pointer by Nasia Nolan as the Lady Cats take a double-digit lead into the final quarter. 38-27. 8 minutes away from the best start the program has ever seen. Can they finish it out? Let's find out together. You're listening to Franklin Simpson basketball on 92.3 WFKN. We can do a minute.
Our ball.
Yep. I'm going to rattle off my favorite stat to start this quarter. (38-27) is the Franklin Simpson Lady Cat lead over Bowling Green in the first half of a doubleheader here at Bowling Green High School as we get the fourth quarter underway. Tyler Eaton joined by Brian Talley. And Brian, after the game against Todd County Central, Coach Taylor was very upset. Points in that ball game, which still is not a lot for a Franklin Simpson team that is top 15 in the state defensively. But this is an applicable time to mention the reason that I bring that up. The Lady Cats are 37-0 under Taylor when they hold teams under 40. Right now, Bowling Green with just 27 as we get this quarter underway.
Wow, that's some kind of stat.
Brown has it up top, swings it right side. Caitlin McAllister has to pick up her dribble, goes to Nolan right corner, goes down low, Cawthorn, and fouled from behind. That was a ticky-tack one on Franklin. It looked pretty clean. Bowling Green's gotten away with some stuff in this game. I think both teams have. It's been physical. They might call it a bit tighter here in this fourth quarter. I think we're going to get some more whistles. McAllister quickly inbounds to Smith. Now it goes up top to Nolan. Looks right, now dribbles to her left. Guarded by Campbell, calls for Brown to come get it. Lanaya does. Cawthorn wants it up there with the right hand. Now sets up at the free throw line as Jermaine Savage sends the Lady Cats into motion offensively. I think a little confusion right now. As now Cawthorn flashes to get it on the left elbow. Guarded by Franklin, gets around her all the way to the rim. Shot contested by Smiley, and Wardlow gets the board. Has her head up, wants to run. All the way to the rim. High arcing finish, misses, but a rebound is pulled down by Alexander. Up top, Smiley. Thought about a three, and then a shoulder tackle by Cawthorn, who thought for sure Smiley was going to pull the trigger. Went up to contest, tried to stop. It wasn't malicious, just out of control. Unfortunately, just the second foul on Larisha. I think the smart play in that situation is to do anything to prevent Smiley from taking that three, so I'm fine with it.
And the smart thing for Smiley would have been to do anything to take that shot, because you knew
just take the contact.
She knew she was going to get fouled. Then she goes to the line for three.
Wardlow gets the inbound, drives, kicks right side. Three-pointer on the way. That one missed short by Campbell. Vanessa Ray tips the rebound away, but then it's lost by Smith, and up with it in the backcourt is Alexander. Bowling Green gets another chance. It was a great job by Ray to disrupt that, but Franklin Simpson couldn't hold on. We played a minute 15 in the fourth quarter, both teams scoreless. Left side. Franklin thought about a triple. Instead goes up top to Campbell. Contested well and air-mailed it. Caitlin McAllister came. Might have got a fingertip on it. Cawthorn, though, had a left wing. Guarded by Ray. Looks to drive baseline. Cut off. Barrels through her. And a late whistle comes in.
Got to call something there.
I think it should have been out of bounds off of Bowling Green. And they're instead going to call a late foul on Ray. I think that's a no call.
Yeah.
But there's a reason we're over here calling the game and not calling it with a whistle in our mouth.
I'm pretty bad at both, so, it really wouldn't matter. So.
Campbell comes out, Chloe Potter in for Bowling Green. They inbound it to Alexander in the corner. Gets away from Cawthorn, sends it over to Franklin right wing. She sets for a three. Missed it short. Cawthorn got the board. Cut off underneath. Good sportsmanship from Alexander to help her up after she was the one to commit the foul. Just didn't give her space to land. And already both teams with 2 fouls in the quarter. Alexander with 3 for the ball game. She had Smiley both with 3 out there. Mitchell has 2, we thought 3, sitting on the bench. Ray brings it up. 6 minutes left in the ball game. McAllister dribbles into a 3. Missed it long. Ray gets the offensive rebound and banks it up and in.
She just went up.
She's one of those players that just has that it factor to her. Very unassuming, but when crunch time comes, she comes to play. 40-27 Franklin Simpson. Smiley gets loose, contested by Ray, almost blocked it, but a great job not to give up 3 points as Katie Smiley will head to the line for 2 free throws as they get Vanessa for her second foul. 5:44 left in the ball game. Katie Smiley, who is averaging on the season 11.6 points per game. In Bowling Green's 3 losses, they're 9-3 on the year. She's averaging just 3 points per game. Tonight, she has 2. First free throw, good. She is an amazing free throw shooter, 70%, and gets there more than anybody on this Bowling Green team.
And that was about the best offensive set Bowling Green has ran all night long. Little pick and roll from the
beautiful
free throw line. But why are you waiting until you're down 13 with 5 minutes to play before you run it?
And here's the thing, got what looked like their cleanest look of the night and still couldn't get it off cleanly because Ray came in to contest. Cawthorn right elbow after the 2 free throws are good. Goes down low, Chloe Smith. Drop step over the right shoulder. Finishes and 1. Every time Bowling Green seems to put something together, Franklin Simpson has an answer. The sophomore Chloe Smith with 14 points. Averaged just 2.5 against Bowling Green last year. Makes the free throw, give her 15, make the lead 14 with 5.5 minutes left.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Left side, pass deflected by McAllister. Alexander goes to get it in the backcourt. What a game Caitlin McAllister's played. Alexander steps in, free throw line jumper, contested well by Cawthorn. There's Vanessa Ray with the board. She wants to run, kicks it left side. Nasia Nolan, this place will go crazy. Left it short, tried to chase her own board, couldn't do it. They double team Campbell. Ray comes up with the interception. Cawthorn, Nolan drives in. Euro steps around Wardlow and finishes. And Franklin Simpson steals it on the other end. Cawthorn up with it. Fouled from behind on the fast break. This Franklin Simpson section is ready to come unglued.
They've been waiting a long time.
Since 2009, to be exact. Larisha Cawthorn stays in with Smith. Nolan still in. The inbound comes to Cawthorn at the elbow. Looking to work on Smiley. Pulls up a runner from 5. Went all the way around and out. Deflected the rebound. It's lost on the baseline. It's going to stay with Franklin Simpson.
Franklin doesn't have to score again.
4:39 left. They lead at 45-29.
There's no way they can score 16 points in 4.5 minutes against our defense.
The most they've scored in a quarter so far is 10. That was the first quarter. Franklin Simpson led it 19-10 after that opening frame. They've gone punch for punch, and in this fourth quarter, they've delivered some haymakers. 4:39 left, timeout taken. We're going to keep it here because there's so much to break down in this ball game. Franklin Simpson outscoring the Lady Purples 7-2 in this final frame, which I think the number one concern if you're Franklin Simpson coming into this game was if it was close coming into the fourth quarter. With Bowling Green's experience, as much as they win, you probably favor the Lady Purple.
Absolutely.
But it has been all FS here in the fourth. And to your point, Brian, about Bowling Green just not being capable of getting to where Franklin Simpson is now. If the Lady Cats can just get to 50, they'll end a streak that goes all the way back to 2021. 45 straight games. Bowling Green has won over Region 4 teams, holding them under 50. 46 straight games they've won over Region 4 teams, period. All of that on the line here tonight. And to do it here at Bowling Green.
I mean, I don't have to see anything else. Franklin's better than Bowling Green is.
Yes.
I mean, they're.
And I think that Franklin Simpson has been waiting a long time for this game specifically. Not maybe for all the numbers that I can rattle off, but this is the one where if you win, now the region takes notice.
Yeah, for sure.
McAllister to inbound out of the timeout, looking for Chloe Smith. Left side Brown goes elbow Cawthorn. She's one-on-one with Franklin. I think FS likes that matchup. McAllister bounce passes it to Larisha. Top of the key, holds it above her head, now sends it over to Lanaya Brown. Chloe Smith on the baseline, and Franklin Simpson milking some clock.
Yeah, they're content to milk some clock. Why not?
With a 16-point lead, who can blame you? McAllister gets away from Smiley, sends it over to Cawthorn, nearly lost it from behind, dumps it off on the baseline, beautiful. Dumps it off to Potter. She's wide open. That is the same set they ran to get the foul on Smiley, and it's the first time we've seen it in the game.
I don't get it.
Coach Head going to take a quick 30-second timeout. 3:49 left. It's 47-31, and now I think Coach Taylor probably takes a page out of Coach D. Spencer's book. He is a master of having a lead and milking that clock. We saw it against Todd County Central. The Cats are up with about one ball for 50 seconds and make Todd County Central force them into action. Now there's 3:49 left here, but we already talked about Bowling Green's inability to get up to a certain point. That diminishes with every second that goes off the clock.
Absolutely.
47-31 is the Franklin Simpson lead. The 13-0 Lady Cats, champions of both their Christmas tournaments, going to be headed up to the Kentucky 2A state tournament on Friday in Owensboro. Play at 7 o'clock against a very good team in Louisville Christian Academy.
Which won't be 7 o'clock.
It will not be 7 o'clock. It'll be later than that. It's a full slate of games there. As Brown walks on the inbound, they had her trapped. And you know Bowling Green is going to apply this pressure. They've got the length and speed to do it. They can match Franklin Simpson with that in the backcourt.
Now, why are they making Bowling Green take the ball out way up here for?
Coach Head is confused. He wants it in the corner, or thought it. I don't know if he wants it in the corner. He thinks it should be there.
I think he does want it in the corner.
He's pointing to where it should be in the.
It would have been right under the basket, but you know what I'm saying.
Right side, Alexander tries to drive around Brown and cannot do it. It goes on the right wing to Campbell. They're going to need her and Smiley to deliver some from deep. Alexander in trouble, guarded by Brown. They set that screen. Franklin Simpson defends it well this time. Smiley, top of the key, trying to get around Cawthorn. Drives into her on the right block. Lanaya came up from behind and took it away from her, and now Smiley commits her fourth foul on a reach.
Man,
should be free throws for Franklin Simpson. Fifth team foul on the fans. If they weren't already, starting to taste it.
Yep. And rightfully so.
Almost 15 years since Franklin Simpson has beaten Bowling Green. And that stretches boys and girls. I'll rattle off very similar numbers. When we have not been alive for a Franklin Simpson win over Bowling Green.
Yep.
Brown's second free throw banked in. I guess the bank is still open at 7:15.
Hey.
Wardlow brings it up against Brown. Looks into the corner to Campbell. Can't get it to her. Now drives left, runs into Cawthorn. And they're going to get Larisha for a foul at the free throw line.
Now that ball should come here.
And instead it'll go on the baseline. We're positioned on the opposite side of the scorer's table. That's Larisha's fourth foul, so do need to be careful as Brown deflects the inbound. Ball probably should have been.
Tyler, I know that if you asked the people here from Franklin, they would have said they thought Franklin could win.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody had a 17-point lead on their bingo card with 3 minutes to play.
McAllister tips the inbound. Nolan had it on a fast break, but then Alexander took it away from her. Now they're going to get Nasia for a bump in the backcourt. Bowling Green is now in the bonus, so it'll be 2 free throws for Natasia Alexander. And that's the last thing you want to do in this situation. You get Bowling Green 3 points they're not a great free throw shooting team on the season, just 55%, but Brian Talley, they're 10 for 10 tonight.
They've been awful good tonight.
Alexander takes their leading scorer, tied for their leading scorer with Wardlow with 8. And she takes that title from her with the second free throw to inbound, and she gets it in to Chloe Smith. Chloe, double team, goes to McAllister. The rim, and here comes Bowling Green. Franklin on the break, working past McAllister. Swings it over to Campbell, and they have to slow it down. Good defense from Nolan. Gives it to Wardlow, back to Campbell, right corner three. Missed short, rebounded by Chloe Smith. Looking for a guard, gets it off to McAllister. And now they just pass it back and forth. Do need to get this into the front court. Chloe with no options, and Coach Taylor wisely takes a timeout. 2:25 left in the ball game. Smith was stuck in the backcourt. This is when the inexperience kicks in. Only 2 seniors on this team, although the juniors have been around for quite a while. 48-32 is the FS lead, 2:25 left. And now's when you look at the numbers and you start to figure out, okay, who do I want at the line this year? FS, to their credit, as a team, 8 for 10 at the free throw line here tonight. 6.
That's answering the call.
She has not scored in this fourth quarter, and we've seen Franklin Simpson do what they've so often done this year, and that has been able to generate offense without it being directly through Larisha, which just speaks volumes to the depth of talent this team has. As Brown gets the inbound, Bowling Green sets up their trap. Lanaya dribbles wildly into the front court, gets it off to McAllister, now to Chloe Smith. Down low, Larisha was wide open on the layup, missed the first try, missed the second one too, and Wardlow gets the rebound. She was the only one there at 5'1" to contest Larisha and force 2 misses.
Amazing.
She now has it at the top of the key. Thought about a jumper, but is guarded by Lanaya Brown. Left side Alexander. Bowling Green running out of time, under 2 minutes left. Right side Potter. Lady Purples need some urgency, and Smiley's not out there on the floor.
Smiley's on the bench. I don't understand that at all.
Near side pass deflected by Ray. She's able to tie up Alexander. Possession arrow will keep it with Bowling Green. And even with the dead ball,
it's almost like Coach Head just kind of waved a white flag, Tyler.
He's not going to bring Smiley back in. She's got 4 fouls, but you wouldn't think that matters right now.
Wouldn't think so.
Maybe if they get a bucket without her, he'll bring her back in. Wardlow springs off to get the inbound, guarded tightly by Brown, drives left side, throws it up from 8 feet, no good. Potter with the board amongst the trees. Then Larisha takes it away from her between her legs. Hail Mary pass. Vanessa Ray, nobody near her. And the first Region 4 team to do it since 2021, as Wardlow's 3 misses off the right side of the rim, goes out of bounds, and it's now pulsing through the arena. Under 1.5 minutes left, Franklin Simpson is gonna do it. Ray brings it front court, picks it up at the free throw line, right side. Caitlin McAllister, down low Cawthorn, it goes over her head, and it's stolen away by Franklin. She runs on the break, 2-on-2, goes right at Smith, runs through her, but a block is called, and she'll have 2 free throws. 18-point lead for Franklin Simpson, 50-32.
And you know, Tyler, I'm not sure that this 2A game Friday could come at a worse time.
I agree.
You know, you're going to come off beating what you perceive to be your biggest rival.
This is your Goliath.
And now you got to turn around and play for a 2A state championship 3 days later.
Or maybe it comes at the best time possible, because you're never going to be riding higher than you are after this game. But it does not end here, and I'm sure Coach Taylor will echo that in the postgame. As Franklin makes the free throw, she's on the verge of seeing her streak of scoring 5 points at least in every game come to an end. She's just got 3. 50-33, we're under 1 minute left. At front court, Larisha Cawthorn now has it. Franklin comes to get her. Now it goes to Lanaya Brown, guarded by Wardlow, 50 seconds left. Bowling Green not applying too much pressure, but an unforced error as Brown throws it off the foot of a running Caitlin McAllister. And out this game, too, Franklin's up by 17, and they haven't played great.
They haven't. They haven't shot the ball well. They've committed a lot of turnovers. But that defense, Tyler, it's cliche, defense wins games.
And Franklin Simpson is hoping this defense wins championships. That's the statement sent tonight. Alexander drives in, gets a layup look, but it's contested by Chloe Smith. The Lady Cats still playing defense with 25 seconds left. McAllister double teamed in the backcourt. Look by Alexander. It's going to get overshadowed by the 19 from Larisha Cawthorn. But how about the 15 points from the sophomore Chloe Smith?
Yeah.
She's going to stand at the line. Franklin Simpson will probably clear out the box around her. It's the 5th foul on Alexander. Her night comes to an end. She currently leads Bowling Green with 9 points. Not a single Lady Purple right now in double figures. They have just 33 points. An 18-game home winning streak on the verge of coming to a close. Hadn't lost at home, period, since 2022. I mentioned they hadn't lost to a Region 4 team since 21, and hadn't lost to Franklin Simpson in any venue since 2009 in the Region 4 semifinals. Chloe Smith's first free throw misses long. She'll have one more with 16.7 seconds frozen on the clock. And Larisha Cawthorn still directing traffic on defense.
Yep, I noticed that.
Chloe makes the second free throw. She's got 16. It's 51-33. Wardlow comes up. Coach Taylor still stoic on the sideline. 8 seconds left. Right corner it goes. Campbell runs around everybody, swings it out to Potter. 2 seconds, 1 second. They run out the clock, and the clock runs out on Bowling Green's winning streak over Franklin Simpson High School. Almost 15 years it's been since these Lady Cats have beaten the Lady Purples. They've done it here tonight. 51-33, your final score from Bowling Green High School. The Franklin Simpson Lady Cats are officially off to their best start ever.
The region's on notice, Tyler.
14-0, and I think it goes without saying, not just is the I've mentioned Bowling Green High School as the Lady Purples fall 51-33. You said the region's on notice, Brian Talley. Let me say this. I think Kentucky is now on notice. We're going to take a break because Lord knows we both need one. We'll come back, give you the numbers. We'll chat with Coach Taylor, and eventually we got a second game to play.
We got to do this
here
again.
At Bowling Green
we got to do this again?
We got to do it again. Many streaks on the line. So far, so good. It's a good first post-game show.
Absolutely.
Here on WFKN. Your final score again in the girls' game, 50. Compton's throwing me the numbers, man. I went and got every single streak that would end.
Wow.
I wanted them all.
That was about as dominating a performance on defense as you'll see.
And I know what Ashley's going to say. We didn't play that well.
We didn't play well, yeah.
Which, to be fair, is true. Here's this for the boys' game, by the way. I got an extra copy of it. My printer was being wonky. I'd like to say I was just being nice, but my printer was being wonky. I'll be honest.
You know, hey.
It was thinking about you.
It's all good. Did you have a drink? Didn't like it, so I had to give you a different.
I went and bought her a drink. She didn't like it, so I got to give her water.
Lose, see.
Well,
What a scene here at Bowling Green High School, where in the first of two Bowling Green, it's the Lady Cats that strike first, and they do so in dominant fashion over the four-time reigning 4th region champions who had won 45 straight Region 4 games. They had held every single course of that winning streak. The Lady Cats of Franklin Simpson bring that and many other streaks to a crashing close. A dominant 51-33 win here tonight. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined by Brian Talley, as the Lady Cats are off to their best start. Bowling Green here at Bowling Green High School for the first time since the 2008 season opener, the first time period since 2009. And I mentioned this during the pregame, Brian, and I'm going to mention it again because it's leading for this Franklin Simpson girls basketball team, where it's where they want everything to lead. That 2009 setting where Franklin Simpson last beat Bowling Green was in the semifinals of the 4th region tournament. That was the last team that Franklin Simpson has had, boys or girls, win a basketball region championship.
Yep.
And you can take away whatever you want from this game, but that's where these Lady Cats' eyes are.
Absolutely, and I think rightfully so. Now, you take a game, you know, the coach speak is you take a game at a time and all of this, but this team can win a regional championship.
Yep.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Coach Taylor was looking around trying to find us. She was looking up top.
She just spoke to me earlier. She should have known we were down here.
They let us courtside. We're VIP. No matter where we're at, I know the juices are flowing. Like this was just any other game, but we all know that this one's different. And we're joined now by Coach Ashley Taylor. Ashley, you know I like to throw numbers at you, so I'm gonna get them out of the way now.
All right, deal.
Some of them you might already know. First win over Bowling Green, period, since 2009.
Yes, I saw that one today.
First win at Bowling Green High School since 2008. That was the season opener to that season. This Bowling Green team had won 45 straight games against Region 4 teams. They had held all of them under 50 points. Those two streaks come to a close. And I say all those numbers, and I know pretty much they're meaningless, because the big one that I look back at, and I just mentioned this with Brian Talley, the last time Franklin Simpson beat Bowling Green, it was in the 4th region tournament. And I know that is where the goal for this team lies, but I know this one's got to feel good.
It is, man. They've been so dominant in our region, and rightfully so. You know, they have had that stretch of dominance over our region. And so when I got this job, the first thing we did was get with Calvin to put them back on our schedule. Because we needed to play them. If you want to be that dominance like we're trying to be, then you got to play the top people. And so we played them every year since I've been here. And so it feels good to come in here and our girls execute and get that win.
I'm glad that you bring that up, because I was going to ask you about the decision to put them back on the schedule. And I know you do that in hopes of getting a moment like this. But realistically, it's the old Ric Flair. To be the man, you got to beat the man. To be the best, you got to beat the best. Tonight, you guys beat the best, and you do so in a game that I'm interested to hear your thoughts on, because to me, this was, again, a performance. I'm sure happier than you were against Todd County Central, especially defensively.
Very.
But offensively, not near the best that we've seen from these girls.
Yeah, well, for them, that's credit to them. They guard really well.
Elite defensive team.
They are holding people under 40 points. If you look at their scores in the first half of the season, not many people score over 40. We're a high-powered offense, so we were at 51, and I felt like we missed a few here and there that we should have. I think we should have hit that 60 mark. So, but their defense is a high-intensity
Like I mentioned,
defense.
no 4th region team had scored 50 since 2021, and we cross over that mark. In the first quarter, we saw the blueprint. 19 points scored. All of them come from your two post players. A lot of them passes between your two post players. How much in practice have they worked on that high-low and even those block-to-block passes? Because you don't see many bigs that can do it. Better yet, a sophomore and a junior that can do it.
Definitely. They are in there every day working at it. Our look of our team is different. We have all the guards that other teams have, but a lot of teams don't have those two bigs that they can play at once. And so we play two bigs at once, and so it's a part of who we are. It's part of our identity, and so they have worked at it, since this summer when we got in the gym and got to work in. Them two have been working at it since then.
Caitlin McAllister goes scoreless tonight, but I felt like this might have been overall her best game of the season. She was everywhere defensively. You talked about this, and it was astounding to me, having seen Caitlin younger, and to now look at her as a player where the 3 points are extra because of how good she is defensively.
She played every second of this game.
And was amazing.
And she is our glue, man. Her leadership and what she does and how her ability to do whatever is needed that night. It wasn't scoring tonight. We didn't need that. Now, I think if she would have gotten an open one, she would have knocked it down. But we don't need that from her. What we needed was her leadership, her execution on the defensive end. She guarded every time it was somebody different. She was a player that we move around no matter what's happening. And you have to have that person. And, man, she has led her team to this point.
Best start that we have on record for a Franklin Simpson girls basketball team. Now 14-0. You do it against Bowling Green. And, Coach, it does not get any easier as we look ahead towards Friday, a game that's scheduled for 7. Who knows what time it's going to start when you go up there and you play Louisville Christian Academy. How do you take all the emotion from this one, thankfully a lot of positive ones, and still try to turn the team around and get them ready for what is going to be another, you would like it to be tournament-like environment. You want to be up there and play more than one game up there, but you know that first one's a tall task.
Definitely. We approach this game and the next game like we have another. We always are on next game. And so when we finished up Todd, we cleaned up what we didn't like. We started preparing for Bowling Green. Now we're finished with Bowling Green. We're going to start preparing for Cal. So we're just going to turn that page and start preparing for the next one.
Well, before you start preparing, I'll let you go celebrate. Thank you for stopping by. We'll get these girls on here. We've got the two post players that dominated the first quarter. Larisha Cawthorn immediately. Whenever Larisha's on, she is ready to go first. You don't. So it's one of you probably wiped it out of your mind. It was all the way back February 28th, 2022. First round of the 4th region tournament. They haven't seen a lot of Larisha Cawthorn from then to now. You come out 11 points in the first quarter. You lead everybody with 19 points here tonight. I was mentioning this with Coach Taylor, just how long it's been since Franklin Simpson won a game. It's been since 2009. You beat Bowling Green, and now this is the best start any Franklin Simpson girls basketball team has ever had. I see the smile pop up on your face. So I'll ask you the easy one to start. How good does this one feel?
You know, it feels really good. We were kind of doubted. You know, Bowling Green was supposed to beat us, but we know that we are going to let our game talk in. And this weekend and yesterday, this Monday, we put in all the work that we needed to put in. We stayed focused, and as you can tell, we definitely got the job done. You made a jumper there before halftime, and I noticed everybody else was kind of laughing like, oh, man, how'd she get that to go? You came off, you grabbed one side of the jersey, you grabbed both sides of the jersey up around the shoulders. And I described it going into the half that you were locked in, dialed. How focused were you coming into this? I actually was really, really focused on the bus. You didn't hear me talk. I was really focused because we had a mission to do, and we had something to prove, actually. We really had something to prove. We had a statement to make, and I was determined to make that. We're going to give her the player of the game tonight. One, she hasn't been down here to talk to. She deserves it. Two, how about her as a sophomore coming out playing the way she does against these Lady Purples? You and her, I talked about this with Coach Taylor, have a connection you don't see very often in high school basketball from big to big with those passes, whether it's high-low, post to post. How much work have you guys put into those? We put in a lot of work. She's matured a lot. She actually has, so I'm very proud of her there. She's worked so hard. We both have. We have this little connection, as you can say. Yeah. So it works really well when we get on the court and we go together. You got the 2A coming up on Friday. Obviously, a quick turnaround to get ready for that one. It's a chance to compete for a state championship, and again, send a message to the rest of the state. How excited are you for that opportunity, or should I ask, how focused are you on that opportunity? Very focused, very focused. We're all really excited about it. That's all we've been talking about, honestly, so we're really excited. We're ready to go to Owensboro and get the job done. We'll see you up there. You go celebrate this, and we'll get Chloe in here to wrap it up. Thank you, Larisha. Okay, great game. We're going to have Chloe Smith now join us. That was Larisha Cawthorn leading all scorers with 19 points here tonight. And now this is one I've been excited for. Coach Taylor's made me wait for it. Maybe Chloe, maybe. I don't know. It's the first time we've been able to talk with Chloe Smith all season. Just a sophomore who last year in 2 games against Bowling Green, you scored 5 points total. Tonight you come out, you score 8 in the first quarter, 16 points for the ball game. You guys win it by 18. So having seen this Bowling Green team all you have, how good does it feel to be a part of the Lady Cat team that comes in and beats the Lady Purples on their home floor? It feels really good, and knowing that we've been working so hard for this team, and we were all locked in and we were ready for today. That's what Larisha said. She said she was locked in above anything else.
It's a little different when you're getting ready for a game like this, and I tried to bait it out of Coach Taylor because Coach Taylor was going to tell me every game's the same. We approach them all the same. How do you guys try to keep that same approach without, maybe getting hyper-focused when you know it's a big game, but you still want to stay in routine from game to game?
We practice the same, really, but we just talk about, their main scorers, and, we work on how to stop them from scoring. And today we kept them from scoring. We worked on pushing all the lefties to the right side because they can only go left. And we worked really hard on it at practice. And our scout team do on defense, and our bench was awesome at, calling the plays out for us and letting us know what's coming.
You hold them to 33 points, so obviously things were clicking on the defensive side. Offensively, you scored 16 points, 8 in the first half, 8 in the second half. You and Larisha, I talked about this with Larisha. You guys have such a good connection for two bigs, able to pass back and forth to each other. How much work has gone into that, and how good does it feel, especially again in a setting like this, to see it pay off?
On that a lot.
Your game has grown so much. I was able to go back and look last year and just see the second half of the season versus the first half, and how much better you got as the season went on. And we're seeing it again this year as you just get better and better game by game by game. Do you feel like you've even
off the bench because I hadn't played at all, and then Hadley got hurt, and I knew I was the next one up to play, and I was a bit nervous, but now I'm not nervous at all. I love it. But I know I still have 2 more years to grow and get better, so I'm ready for that.
Well, certainly nothing to be nervous about after a win like this. You get to go up to Owensboro. Larisha said you guys have been talking about that trip for a long time.
Yes.
I know you guys are looking forward to making some noise against some really good teams up there.
Since last year when we lost the first game, we've been working on it ever since. We knew we were going to play a really good team this weekend, so we just got to be locked in like we were for this game. We were all hyped. Everybody on the bench was up, everybody.
So, Chloe, you get this because it's your first time here. I told Larisha, I asked her, I said, are you going to be offended if I give this to Chloe? And she said, no, she deserves it tonight. So you get this Player of the Game plaque. You are a Player of the Game for the first time this year. And here's your job. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm going to send you over to Brian Talley. Your job is to make sure that he does his job and takes a picture of you with that plaque.
Okay.
You think you can handle that for me?
Yes.
That checks out for me. Go enjoy this one. Great game tonight.
Thank you.
That was Chloe Smith joining us. Franklin Simpson winners tonight, 51-33. Chloe and Larisha combined for 35 as the Lady Cats move to 14-0 on the season. Chloe's doing her job. She's making sure, Brian, can you snap a picture of Chloe with her plaque? Can you snap a picture of Chloe with her Player of the Game plaque? Chloe's doing a great job. She's earned it. She can come back anytime and be our Player of the Game. Player presented by Pelican Snowballs of Franklin, Kentucky. That does it for our girls broadcast. We're going to shift it over to the boys side. The Wildcats and the Purples meet in the second half of this doubleheader. So far, it's been fun. Lady Cats winners once again, 51-33. They're off to their best start ever at 14-0 Mission Academy, approximately at 7 o'clock. What we can tell you is it will start sometime after 7 o'clock on Friday in Owensboro. We will have the broadcast for you here on WFKN. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're talking boys hoops, Wildcats, Purples here at Bowling Green High School. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Franklin Simpson Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. All right, let's do a minute here. Well, good start. Good start.
Yep. Was Ashley pleased?
Yes. Homecoming setup, right? The billing order has the boys ready to go. Franklin Simpson, Bowling Green boys matchup. We mentioned all the streaks that came crashing down for the Lady Purples in the opener. These Bowling Green Purples, who are 13-4 on the season, the number one ranked team in this region, they have not been defeated by Franklin Simpson. Also, since 2009. Now, they had the closer win before the Lady Cats just won, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Back on December 17th, 62-57 was the final score in that game. The last time Franklin Simpson won at Bowling Green, you'd have to go back to 2008, February 7th of that year, 53-49 in overtime. The team's very similar for Franklin Simpson. Courtney Dalcourt, Terry Bryant, Mickey Lewis, JT Curtis, and the gang. A lot of familiar names and faces for Franklin Simpson basketball. These Cats are coming off of a tight loss to Bowling Green last year where they might have just found the recipe. They shot 35 free throws in that game, as you know, Brian Talley. Made 25 of them. Jalen Briscoe. The Wildcats in that game go just 6 for 24 from 3. Bowling Green was 5 for 10 from outside. They are again an elite three-point shooting team, as we'll talk about throughout our broadcast, shooting it at 38% as a team. That's 39th in the state of Kentucky. But as we've seen so far this year, Brian, I've mentioned this ad nauseum. Franklin Simpson, you look at Warren Central, who I know was not at full strength. Warren East, a very good Davis County team. They have gone toe-to-toe with these teams. Their last 4 losses have been by a combined 12 points. And for some reason or another, they've got a knack for playing these Purples close.
Yeah, they play hard. One aspect of a Coach Spencer coach team is they're going to play hard. They're going to play aggressive. They're going to get up in you and try to force turnovers. And like we talked about during the girls' game, that defense goes a long way.
Yes.
And it can keep you in some games that maybe you really shouldn't be in, whether that be high school, college, professional, whatever the case may be. Tall task here, figuratively and literally, for the Wildcats, but not anything. They're not going to be intimidated coming up here and playing. It's a team they play every year. So come up here, roll the ball out, throw it up, see what happens.
That tall task lies in the form of 6'8" senior Mason Ritter, who's average. They've held 9 points per game under their scoring average, so they've got experience, and a lot of that comes from the guards that they're announcing here in the starting lineups, attacking.
I don't know if those bigs were as good as Mason Ritter is. We'll see what the Wildcats.
Statistically, they faced the best one in Jamison Glass against Todd County Central. Granted, Mason Ritter very much passes the eye test.
Yes.
Glasswood's averaging 30 and 10. They hold him to what was a season-low 20, which is an amazing season-low. Cats are going to have their hands full here tonight as we take a look at the starting lineups. First for Bowling Green, they're 13-4 on the season under G.G. Sherrill. He's in his 16th season overall at Bowling Green. Came back after a break. He's won 7 fourth region titles, and of course, the 2017 state champion. Around Witter, the guards, Michaelis Wardlow, Braylon Banks, Deuce Bailey, and Jace Wardlow. 2 Wardlows in there. Michaelis, the main scoring threat for this Bowling Green team. With all the talk that Ritter gets, Wardlow's averaging 20, and he scored at least 20 8 times this season. For Franklin Simpson, under 12th-year head coach Dee Spencer, just picked up win number 175 for his career against Todd County Central on Friday. It's the same 5 as usual. The backcourt, Cam, Kai. Those 2 have been very, very steady. You're going to need it tonight from Ray and Partinger. O.J. Gamble, the other wing, their leading scorer, averaging 15 per game. Matthias and Gavin Dickerson, the forwards, are going to have their hands full. But Ja'Kai Partinger wins the tip over Ritter. I
think he might have hit it on the way up, but he got away with it, so that works.
Matthias has it right wing, goes to a cutting Gavin Dickerson, goes up through some contact, and early on gets a foul on that top scorer, Michaelis Wardlow.
Kind of get to the line and, get some free points, so to speak.
Gavin is the leading rebounder for Franklin Simpson, averaging just 4.8. As a team, they only get 23.8. Bowling Green averaging 31. As Gavin makes the first free throw, he's shooting 77% from the stripe on the season, averaging 10.6. Had 10 points in a season-high 9 rebounds against Todd County Central and that 6'8" big Jamison Glass. Misses the second free throw, and the Purples are up with it.
A lot of athletes on this floor both ways right here.
That's been Franklin Simpson's biggest edge, is all that athleticism in the backcourt and in the front court, too. Up top, Wardlow drives, kicks on the baseline. Banks gets inside, goes to Ritter, and he finishes over everybody. Nothing that Gavin Dickerson could do.
What's he officially listed at?
They've got him at 6'8". And I think that's one of the rare times where that's accurate.
He's every bit of that.
Left corner, Matthias Dickerson fires a 3 over Ritter. Left it short. Rebound tipped, but up with it is Michaelis Wardlow. Goes left wing, Deuce Bailey. the star quarterback, guarded by Gamble.
Changed the way Matthias shot that three.
Up top, Jace Wardlow walks with it, hesitated up top, trying to get around Gavin, but took steps. The three ball is going to have to be your best friend if you're Franklin Simpson in this ball game, or the free throw line, as we saw last year. Going to have to be one of the two. We're a minute in, it's 2-1 Bowling Green. A stout Franklin Simpson defense that's top 50 in the state going up against the top 50 Bowling Green offense. Ray gets inside, throws up a runner over Ritter. Miss long. The Cats are challenging him.
Yeah, I just don't know how successful you're going to be there. He's going to alter your shot or block it.
Bailey dribbles through traffic, gives it off on the last wing for a left wing for a triple for Michaelis Wardlow, and it's perfect. Again, one of the most efficient three-point shooting teams in the state. Wardlow, a 50% three-point shooter on the season, just made number 25. Gavin Dickerson's all alone on the right block.
There we go.
Coming in to try to contest it late was Ritter. Couldn't do it. Franklin Simpson cuts the lead back to 2, 5-3, 6:15 left first quarter.
Ritter's not the fastest guy getting down the floor, so, maybe we beat him down the floor a time or two here.
Left wing Deuce Bailey has it, who went ballistic against Franklin Simpson last season.
Woo.
He drives through traffic, runs into trouble, but gets a foul called on the floor.
Deuce be one of the top quarterbacks.
Number 23, Gamble.
What
He will.
he be
Interested
next
to
year?
see where he ends up. He'll be a senior.
He'll be a senior, yeah.
Inbound comes in up top on the left wing to Wardlow, dumps it off to Ritter. He goes up with the right hook. Wasn't even looking at the basket when he turned up with it and was able to drop in the hook shot. I mentioned Deuce Bailey last year went for 29 on 10 of 12 from the field and hit 4 threes against FS, was really the whole reason Bowling Green was able to squeak out that 68-63 win. It's 7-3 Purples right now. 5:35 left in the first quarter. Ritter already with 4. Partinger gets a screen on the right wing, hands it off to Cam Ray. Kicks it out right side, Gavin Dickerson. Steps out, thought about a 3 over Ritter. Instead gives it off to his brother Matthias. Surveys the floor. Left wing Jakai. The Purples are getting out and running, and they've made it a 9-3 ball game. 5:12 left in the quarter as the quit timeout.
Good timeout there. Just settle down a little bit. Bowling Green's kind of getting what they want right now, but good opportunity to remind your young men, if you're Coach Spencer, of the game plan, and opportunity to just take a deep breath and just play basketball.
Coach Spencer said the number one goal was to have his guys ready to compete.
Yep.
And you really need a strong start against a team like Bowling Green.
Strong, yep.
Or to that first punch, you got to be able to answer.
Yes.
You can't let Bowling Green have the first 2 swings. Back underway, Gamble gets it into Matthias Dickerson. Bowling Green applying some full court pressure out of the timeout. As Cam Ray gets it left side and a bounce pass to Matthias Dickerson breaks the press. O.J. Gamble, top of the key, thought about a mid-range jumper, slips around Ritter and scoops it in on the left side.
Nice move there by O.J.
Franklin has, again, not hesitated to attack him as Bailey loses it on the behind-the-back dribble, guarded by Jakai Partinger. Up top, they work it around the perimeter to Braylon Banks. Now it goes right corner. Michaelis Wardlow spins around from Gamble, leaves it for Ritter, and he flushes it with 2 hands for safety. Already with 6 points for the big man Mason Ritter, exposing the lack of size for Franklin Simpson. No player over 6'2" on the floor. On a steal, couldn't hit it. Cats have had a couple of clean looks, but they trail it by 6. Here comes Bowling Green. Bailey all the way to the rim. No call with some contact on Gavin Dickerson, but because he goes down, Ritter gets the rebound uncontested, and he's already got 8. Matthias Dickerson fouled from behind on the inbound by Banks. It's one of the age-old questions where you probably don't have an answer, but what do you even do if you're Franklin Simpson about him? Just so much size down low. The only answer is to keep it away from him, but he's so tall, he's like that tight end you can just lob it up to, nobody can get it.
And, the difference between him and Glass, Ritter's better than Glass. Glass is a great basketball player, but Ritter's better. But Ritter's not only tall, Tyler, he's wide.
He's bulky, and he's a pure post player that wants to play in the post.
Glass looks like a piece of glass. He's thin.
Yeah. Well, and he wants to be on the wing.
And he wants to be on the wing. Ritter is perfectly happy doing that.
Ray drives left side, gets to the rim. Ritter came in to contest, but it looks like they're going to get a foul on the ball.
Well, they called Ritter for it.
They call it, actually, it's on Ishmael Hocklin, who just checked in.
Okay, they flashed 5 instead of 4. Okay.
So Cam Ray will get 2 free throws. Misses the first. Was so clutch for Franklin Simpson against Todd County Central. 7 for 8 at the free throw line, all in the fourth quarter. Kai Partinger comes back in. Matthias Dickerson out. Brody McAllister in there for Franklin Simpson. As Ray's second free throw is good, it's 13-6 Bowling Green. Quickly come the Purples the other way. Banks, right wing. Spins to get around McAllister, but Brody stays with him every step of the way.
Nice defense.
Left side, they leave Holcomb open. He doesn't want the jumper and instead leaves it off for Michaelis Wardlow. Ritter trying to post up down low. Wardlow attacks, kicks it outside, but before he does, a charge called. And, well, here's the good news. 2 fouls on Michaelis Wardlow, their leading scorer.
It's already 4 on the Bowling Green, only 1 so far on the Wildcats.
Cats will be in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Wardlow comes out, so does Banks. DeMar Starks into the ball game. And quickly Deuce Bailey has to come back in. See if Franklin Simpson can take advantage. McAllister walks it up. The freshman has played significant minutes this year, and he's gotten better as the year has gone on. They go down low. Gavin Dickerson was posted on Ritter. They try to set him a screen to pop out. Now he throws it top of the key, and it's stolen away by Banks. Can't get away from Ray, who chases it down from behind to rip it away at the last moment, and it'll be out of bounds on the baseline to stay with Bowling Green.
Good defense there by Ray.
Cats are fighting since that opening spurt. Ritter gets the inbound, hands it back to Deuce Bailey, working on Partinger. Between the legs dribble, pocket pass, top of the key triple. Missed wide right by Banks. O.J. Gamble up with it for FS. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Tries to throw it up ahead to Kai in the right corner and overthrew him.
Those are the type of plays, mistakes against one of the top teams in the state that you just cannot have.
Bowling Green ranked number 11 in the latest top 15 media poll for the Courier-Journal. Malik Butler comes in for Franklin Simpson. Matthias back in as well. They take Gavin and OJ out. So Malik down there one-on-one with Ritter, Franklin's biggest player. At 6'3", he's listed. Left side, Bailey gets away. They ran a beautiful pick and roll to get the switch. And Bailey was isolated on Malik, and he couldn't do anything about it.
And there, Tyler, the Wildcats were so worried about Ritter, they left other guys wide open.
Pass on the near side, nearly stolen away. Ray comes up with it, and Coach Spencer's going to have to take time out because the Cats couldn't break the press. Again, it's a 30, so we'll keep it here.
The second time out already in the first quarter. We're not even the 2.5 minute mark yet.
15-6, Bowling Green leads it over Franklin Simpson. 2:38 left first quarter. These Purples, for as well as they score it, they're top 50 in scoring. They're also 36th in the state defensively in terms of what they give up. Franklin Simpson, 41st. Just so much athleticism, and the thing that stands out when you look at the guards that they have out there, Deuce Bailey, 6 foot, Braylon Banks, 6 foot, Holcomb, 6'1", Michaelis Wardlow is 6 foot. They would be near the tallest players on Franklin's roster, and they've got the athleticism to go along with it. Wildcats are going to need to be near perfect as Bowling Green, the top team in the region right now. Warren Central, they're back and fully healthy. They're going to have something to say about it. The Dragons are leading Barron County 29-14 halfway through the second quarter in that game. Barron County currently number 3 in the area poll as Cam Ray gets the inbound pass, steps into a 12-foot jumper, bounces around the rim and falls off, and Ritter has another rebound. Pass nearly stolen back by Ray, but Banks working on McAllister. Runs into Butler, who found him on the drive, and Braylon Banks will have 2 free throws.
Ritter, you know, he's big, obviously, but he does a very good job. He uses his height to his advantage, obviously. He goes and gets rebounds. He does not wait for the basketball just to come to him because he's 6'8". He actually goes and gets those balls very aggressively. He's going to take a break now.
Banks makes the first free throw. They're going to go small, which you can afford to do against Franklin Simpson. Trevi Barber, the 5'8 sophomore, comes in, making his 7th appearance of the year as Bratton goes out. Second free throw rattles off for Banks, so it's 16-6 Bowling Green, 2.5 minutes left in the quarter. O.J. Gamble runs into traffic, and now they'll reset up top with Ja'Kai Partinger.
If you're going to make some hay, you got to make it when Ritter's out of the game.
Another turnover, deflected pass stolen away by Starks. Up ahead, Deuce Bailey finishes again. He's got 6. It's 18-6 Bowling Green. Bailey and Ritter have 16 of the 18 for Bowling Green. Ray left side, trapped, gets it off to Partinger at half court, sends it into the right corner, but Matthias Dickerson had started to cut baseline, and it goes out of bounds.
It's amazing, you know, the two, as we would know them, Tyler, boys basketball powers in this area, Bowling Green and Warren Central, how similar they play.
Correct.
It's just uncanny how quickly both of those teams can turn a turnover into 2 points. I mean, just
and
at
they
the drop
apply
of a hat.
so much pressure defensively as Gamble bumps Deuce Bailey on his way to the rim. Third foul on Franklin Simpson, and that's the second on OJ, who has 2 points so far. He's averaging 14.6 on the season. Had 2 on 1 of 3 field goal in that game against Bowling Green last year, but wasn't really playing a big role on that team. As off the inbound, it goes top of the key to Jace Wardlow back in for Bowling Green. He drives, kicks right side, looking to work his Barber, swings it over on the left wing for a triple, and Deuce Bailey is having a game. He's already got 9 in the quarter. It's 21-6 Bowling Green. Bailey only had 9 points total the last time out against Henderson County. Kai Partinger pulls left side mid-range jumper, forced that one and missed it long. Bowling Green wants to run the other way. They go to Starks. Pass deflected. Goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Purples on the near side.
And Bailey, you know, probably just plays basketball for the exercise, you know, and he's a fantastic basketball player.
Yes, but an even better quarterback.
Absolutely.
One of the best the state has to offer. He has it on the left wing, guarded by Gavin Dickerson. He checked 3, left it short. It was right on line, but Bowling Green gets a second chance with the rebound by Barber. On the baseline working
foul on
was Halkeman. He's fouled trying for a reverse layup. So he'll have 2 free throws. They get Malik Butler for his second foul. 2 Cats in foul trouble early on. Ishmael Halcom averaging just over a point, nearly 2 rebounds per game this season. Just his 3rd free throw attempt of the year, but so far he's made all 3 as that one falls. Cole Scherer comes in, Malik Butler out. We've got 59 seconds left in the opening quarter. It's all Purples, 22-6 here at Bowling Green High School. BG trying to secure a split in this boy-girl doubleheader after the Lady Cats won the opener. Banks makes the second free throw, and it's 23-6 Bowling Green. Currently on an 8-0 run. Partinger gives it up near side. Gavin Dickerson gives it up on the baseline. Matthias runs into a double team. Has to pick up his dribble on the block. Goes out to Cam Ray. 45 seconds left to work with. Ray uses a Scherer screen. Hoppy swings it over on the right wing. Starks is going to try a 3, and it gets the friendly bounce off the lip of the rim and ends. A 26-point quarter for Bowling Green, and they lead it by 20. Ray brings it up against the press. Gets inside. Nice scoop pass at the last moment. Drove in and drew in the attention of multiple defenders. Left it for Gavin Dickerson, who finished to break the run. Left side. Turnover forced up ahead. to Kai Partinger. Slams it home one-handed. And Franklin Simpson at least ends the quarter with a little bit of momentum. They piece together a quick 4-0 run. And the Bowling Green lead is 16. 26-10 after 1 from Bowling Green High School. The Purples lead it. And to start the second quarter, they'll have Mason Ritter back in the ball game. You're listening to Franklin Simpson basketball on 92.3 WFKN. We'll do a minute.
Warren Central's up 10 at halftime.
To begin the second quarter.
Second quarter underway from Bowling Green High School, and the Purples started picking up right where they left off in the first. Jace Wardlow buries a left wing three. Cam Ray trying to drive on the other end to force the issue. Has his shot deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with FS on the baseline. That's the fourth three Bowling Green has made in this ball game. They lead it 29-10. They only average 5.6 makes per game, but they're extremely efficient from outside. And tonight, Brian Talley, they have not shied away from those looks.
No, they have not.
We said the threes would be huge for FS.
Yes.
Haven't been able to get anything going from deep in this ball game yet to make a shot from outside as O.J. Gamble forces the issue. Matthias Dickerson gets it for a second try, and they call Mason Ritter contesting it from behind. And Matthias will have 2 free throws. Wasn't too much there.
I saw somebody say the other day, Rodney Howard said he got a foul for being tall. I think Mason Ritter
you're right.
Just got a foul for being tall.
Matthias fires up the first free throw. It spins around and down. Averaging 9.2 per game on the season, a 58% free throw shooter. Had 8 points against Todd County Central. Didn't make a three-pointer in a game for only the second time this season as he buries both free throws. Leads Franklin Simpson with 19 threes after he didn't make a single three last year. Right side, Deuce Bailey tries to provide the answer. Had it what looked like a clean shot block for Matthias Dickerson, but now he's called for a foul on the other end. And Deuce Bailey will have a pair of free throws. He leads all scorers with 9 points so far. Missed the first 2 games of the season for Bowling Green. Since then, they've scored at least 60 in all but 2 of the games he's played in. He's played in 15.
Yeah, he was winning a state football championship.
Correct. On a Purples basketball team with aspirations to do the same.
Wouldn't that be something?
For the second time in school history. They've got the man on the sideline that has the other one back in 2017. Deuce with 10 now after he makes the first free throw. Spins it in his left hand, fires the second, and it's good. 11 points for Deuce Bailey. The lead is 19 for Bowling Green, 31-12. We played 40 seconds in the second quarter. Ray brings it up against the press.
They just pressure you everywhere you go.
Sends it left corner. Kai now gets it back top of the key. Ray swings it right side. Gavin Dickerson triple. Miss long. Cats have been close, but just haven't been able to finish. Banks drives, kicks left corner. For a moment, Wardlow thought about a three. Goes top of the key instead for a triple. That one off from Jace Wardlow. And here comes Ja'Kai Pardinger. Left side, stops from 6 feet, tried to bank it, missed it long. Campbell had the board, had it sent back into the floor by Mason Ritter, who also contested the miss by Matthias Dickerson. And now Bowling Green is fouled down low on the rebound. They call it on Gavin Dickerson. It's his first. O.J. Gamble, it's Gavin's second. They now put that up on the scoreboard. As Cole Scherer checks in for O.J., they feed him down low, a mismatch with McAllister. Great kick out to the left corner. A rare wide open miss from 3 from Michaelis Wardlow, but another opportunity. So a pass is thrown away. Banks tried to throw it up for Ritter and did something you'd think was impossible and overthrew it.
I didn't know you could throw it in the rafters, but he did.
The big 6'8 senior, averaging 15 and 8 this year, has 8 points.
Getting some looks from some Division I schools as well.
McAllister gets a wide open right block layup. A great feed from Gavin Dickerson on the feet of the freshman. Makes it 31-14. Wardlow right elbow jumper. Missed off. That looked like it was perfect.
Yes, it did.
Fortunate miss for FS. Here comes McAllister left side. To Ja'Kai Pardinger. Thought about a three. Doesn't pull the trigger. Now goes to Gavin. He fakes. Drives right into the body of Ritter. Goes to Matthias for a three. Missed it long. Rebound tipped by Ritter. Franklin lets it go and they'll keep it.
You know, Bowling Green almost plays like they don't care if you score.
Right.
That just means they get the ball back.
Yes.
You know, like, oh, okay, you got 2 points. Okay.
Which is amazing for how good they are on defense.
Yes.
Ray will inbound. It comes into Kamari Phillipson for the first time tonight. Goes to Kai. Crossover dribble. Tries a right wing three. Just can't buy a bucket from deep. And it's rebounded by Ritter. They push the break. Bailey inside. Got tripped up. Foul call on the floor. Think they'll get Brody for that one, and they do. This was a game where you're Franklin Simpson. You need to shoot about 40%, 50% from three to be in it. And they've had the looks to do so.
They have.
Just haven't been able to connect. You have 3 3-pointers at this point. You're looking at an 8-point game. Instead, it's a 17.
To win games you're not supposed to win, you got to do some things that you normally don't do.
Bowling Green doing what they normally do. Go down low to Ritter. Misses the left-handed hook. Now it goes outside to Bailey. Spins. Kicks Wardlow. Right side. It goes to Jace Wardlow. He gets into the paint. 4-foot runner, no. Rebounded by Gavin Dickerson. Good block out by O.J. Gamble to keep Ritter away. Ray loses it far side, but they'll say it was poked out by the Bowling Green trap. And that's the thing when you're Franklin Simpson, you think you can get out and run. Bowling Green applies that press even when the other team is in transition.
Yes.
It's amazing after a miss, they still enforce that. Some teams will only do it after a make. They do it all the time. Gavin Dickerson comes out for Franklin Simpson. Matthias gets the inbound, now sends it over to Phillips on the right side. Gets a screen to get around Ritter, fakes him, but then has it poked as he tried to go up with it by Deuce Bailey. Phillips gets it back, though, and sends it out to Matthias Dickerson, right corner. Under 5 minutes left in the first half. Gamble pulls from 12. He was hunting a shot, but he had the mid-range jumper rim out.
Don't know how that didn't stay down.
It hit every part of the rim and popped up. Bailey sends it into the left corner. Jace Wardlow drives, dumps it off for Ritter, but they call a walk. Didn't see much there.
They love driving that baseline and dropping it off to him, which why wouldn't you, you know.
When you've got guards that can attack and a big that can finish.
Yeah. And he's got really good hands. He catches.
He does.
He catches passes.
It creates a conundrum for a defense because you don't want to peel off the big.
Right.
But you also don't want to leave the guards open for a finish as Bowling Green takes a 30 timeout. 31-14 is the Purples lead. 4:42 left before halftime. Just one of those games we talked about. If you're Franklin Simpson, you needed a great game from deep. Just hasn't been there. And you needed Bowling Green to a degree to have an off night.
Absolutely.
That hasn't been there either.
You got to, you know, like I said earlier, you know, to win games you're not supposed to win. You got to do things you normally don't do. And you got to do things your opponent has to not do some things well that they usually do well. And so far for Franklin Simpson, those things have not happened.
17-point Bowling Green lead as we get back underway out of the timeout. Cam, OJ, Matthias, Gavin, Jukai on the floor for Franklin Simpson, the starting five. Bowling Green with their starting five out there as well. Jace Wardlow, Deuce Bailey, Braylon Banks, Mason Ritter, and Michaelis Wardlow. OJ Gamble working on Ritter on the right block. Has to send it over to the left wing because there's just not much you can do with that matchup. Up top it goes Cam Ray. Goes elbow OJ Gamble. He can drive on Ritter as he's got that matchup. Instead goes right corner Matthias. They try to go down low. Gavin passes deflected by Michaelis Wardlow. Ritter comes up with it. Ahead to Banks. Right wing Franklin traps. Now it goes to Wardlow up top. Michaelis Wardlow, a deep three, and it's down.
26, 27 feet on that one.
His second three of the night. On the season, it's his 26th. He's 2 for 3 from deep in this one, so he's now over 50% for the season.
Wow.
As DeMar Starks and Trevi Barber come in for Bowling Green. Deuce Bailey checks out, as does Jace Wardlow. Michaelis Wardlow, again, the quiet offensive superstar for this Bowling Green team with his 20 points. Averages 5.7 boards, good size, 6-foot senior guard. It just goes to speak to the, again, depth of talent Bowling Green has as Ray tries the top of the key three off the right side, no good. Wardlow has it poked away down low by Matthias and out of bounds. It's 34-14 Bowling Green, 3:45 left before halftime. Michaelis Wardlow brings it front court. Now it ends up in the right corner in the hands of Barber. To Wardlow up top, goes down low to Ritter, and Ray has to foul him from behind to keep it away.
Every time the ball goes near Ritter, he's got 3 or 4 Wildcats just kind of hacking and poking at him. And, you know, that you got to.
What else do you do?
Yeah.
It's the 4th foul on Franklin Simpson for the Purples and the bonus for the rest of this first half. Wide open off the inbound as Braylon Banks missed that one off the heel. Kai does a good job of tipping out the rebound, and it goes to O.J. Gamble. O.J. spins off the first defender, gives it off to Kai. Left baseline tries a jumper. Left it short. It's been a tough night so far for the sophomore. Michaelis Wardlow brings it up. Between the legs dribble, goes behind the back, now sends it right side. Banks, picked up by Gamble. Back to Michaelis Wardlow. Again, 3 feet off the line, tries a three.
Goodness.
He can't miss.
That was deeper than the last one, Tyler.
37-14 Bowling Green. Michaelis Wardlow with a trio of threes. Bowling Green has already made 6 from deep.
And now
up top, ball poked away. Here comes Banks in transition. Drops in the free layup to make it 39-14. You can tell that this is a Bowling Green team that is hungry this year. As Gamble drives, flips one up at the last moment. We'll see if they get a shooting foul or call it on the floor. Foul is called on Barber.
And it's crazy, Tyler. As good as they are, clearly they're fantastic. But they may not even be the best team in this city.
They've lost the last two region championships to Warren Central, the reigning state champs. Here's the thing. Warren Central won the state championship. It took them overtime to beat this Bowling Green team last year. Matthias Dickerson down low has it ripped away by Trevi Barber, who now brings it into the front court for Bowling Green. Bullet pass down low. Extra pass made. Kick out. Right wing three. Deuce Bailey off the heel. No. Rebound tipped out by Holcomb. It'll go to Franklin Simpson under the BG basket. 2:25 left in the quarter. Bowling Green scored 26 in the opening frame. It's now 39-14. They've made only 4 field goals in the second quarter, but 3 have been triples. Franklin goes on the baseline. Gavin Dickerson lost his dribble, gains it again, tries to push inside, bullies his way through Ishmael Holcomb, draws a foul and finishes. That was close to, well, about the closest to continuation you're going to get at the high school level. They give Gavin the and one. He's been basically all the offense for Franklin Simpson. He's got 7 of the 16 points. He's not going to quit, and you know that sentiment is the same across this team as he misses the free throw short. Franklin's not going to lay down. Right side, Bailey splits a double team, sends it over right corner, no look pass into the hands of Starks, now gets it back right wing, double team, tries to go cross court, a little too fancy with that one.
Too much mustard on that hot dog.
Deflected and stolen away. And now Ray has it ripped away. Up ahead, Deuce Bailey all the way to the rim, drops it in the head of Gavin Dickerson, and Deuce Bailey extends his game high out to 13. It's 41-16 Purples, 1:35 left before halftime. Matthias drives right side, now steps out, gives it out to Gavin. I think he thought about a triple for a moment, instead goes down low, Cole Scherer. Kick out Cam Ray, gets a screen from Scherer at the top, driving right, lost it between his legs. McCombs in the game for Bowling Green, comes up with it. Up ahead, drive by Holcomb. Looked like he might have been fouled, but they call it a clean strip. And it's off his body as well, back to Franklin Simpson. Great defensive play. We've seen a couple of those poke outs on the break. Cats have done a good job trying to get back. Hardinger comes in, Scherer out for Franklin Simpson. 1:15 left before halftime. Wonder, too, if there's a little extra juice in these Purples after seeing what happened to the girls in the first half of this doubleheader. Want to at least keep one set of streaks intact. As Franklin has a series of passes that ends up with an open layup for Gavin Dickerson. Can't finish. Phillips had swung it to the free throw line to OJ. Quick touch pass to Gavin, but they couldn't convert. On the other end, a right corner three is missed off the heel by McCombs. Kai gets the board. Franklin has under a minute to work with. Down by 25 in this first half. Hardinger spins between two defenders, but had it stripped away by the third. Deuce Bailey up ahead. Spikes it home with the right-handed flush.
I was wondering earlier if he could dunk or not. Well, guess what? He can dunk.
There's our answer. 43-16 Bowling Green. 30 seconds left before halftime. Up top, Cambray crosses right to left, now left to right, gets inside, runs into traffic, throws it up between two defenders, draws a foul.
Nobody paying him a whole lot of attention, so I guess maybe he's okay.
D talking to him, they're at least having a conversation about it. And now they'll send him back.
Maybe he just had to go to the restrooms.
He sold it well, if that was the case.
He did sell it well, yes.
Cam splits the free throw, so it's 43-17, under 20 seconds left before halftime. Bowling Green, it looks like, going to hold for one here. Left side, McCombs has it, sends it over on the right wing to Deuce Bailey. He's got 15 to lead everybody. McCombs, left wing, 6 seconds. Right side, now they swing it into the hands on the left side of Jace Wardlow. Steps in for a mid-range jumper left short, and that will bring the first half to a merciful close. Bowling Green sprints out with 26 points in the first quarter. Defense the story in the second. They hold Franklin Simpson to 7, and through one half, the top team in the region, they're holding on to that title. 43-17, they lead it over Franklin Simpson. We'll step away. When we come back, we'll bring you some stats from that opening half. Look back at the opening game of our doubleheader here at Bowling Green High School. And before long, the second act of action will be here from BG. 43-17 the score at the break from Bowling Green High School. The Purples leading it over Franklin Simpson. You are listening to Franklin Simpson basketball on 92.3 WFKN. We can do 3 minutes here.
Real estate. Thanks again for our platinum and gold sponsors. Wow.
I think now, I did not see Central with Unson. So I don't know.
You didn't see what?
I didn't see Central with Unson.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. If they're better than these guys.
But Bowling Green's everything else is better than Central's everything. Because Central's best player with Unson out was a kid that didn't. No, he's good. If they still had him, I think they'd reach the table.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm getting ready to find out when they play Central.
I'll come with you.
Well, it'll probably be on a night you have a game.
Yeah, it'll be on a Friday. Oh, no, they sometimes do. They'll mix theirs up in 14. Or they used to. They used to do some on Tuesday.
As an app, you know.
That's true. They used to mix it up a little bit. Now, I don't know if they do now because East left. So they mixed it up when they had the 5 teams.
Yeah, that's right.
How dare they put that on a Friday?
January 19th at Central and February 9th here. And then March, whatever, in the region championship game.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yep.
And February, whatever, in the district championship game.
Yep.
Some Franklin folks are headed to Texas. What's going on with that?
Halftime at Bowling Green High School, where your score at the break, 43-17. The Purples running away with this one over your Franklin Simpson Wildcats. Bowling Green scoring 26 in the opening frame. They follow that up by outscoring Franklin Simpson 17-7 in the second quarter. Tyler Eaton with you. Brian Talley will join us in just 8-2. Continuing what has been a very impressive run against teams that are not in the 14th district. We know what that 14th district has to offer between Bowling Green and Warren Central, and in years past we've seen Greenwood hang with these Purples as well. But Bowling Green has not lost to a non-14th district Region 4 team since Barron County on January 2nd of 2018. The Purples have won 16 in a row overall against Franklin Simpson. As we mentioned earlier, the last Franklin Simpson win in this series was December 17th. Green. It was on February 7th, 2008. Cats in trouble so far in this one, 43-17, after the Lady Cats came in and put a bunch of streaks to rest with a dominant 51-33 win over the Bowling Green girls in the first half of our double header. Looking at the numbers from this opening half, Deuce Bailey leads all scores with 15 points. It's just something about him and playing these Franklin Simpson Wildcats. Only had 9 points his last time out against Henderson County, went 3 for 11 from the floor, 0 for 2 from 3. He's been better this year against 4th region teams than everybody else. He's averaging 4 more points per game against the 4th region than he is total. Put up 19 points against Russellville to boot. Last year put up 29 against Franklin Simpson. Don't think he's going to get there because I don't think they'll play him long enough to get to that number, but 15 points in this opening half. Mason Ritter with 8, scored all of those in the first quarter. Michaelis Wardlow now has eclipsed him with 9. He's made 3 3-pointers. Those threes really the big story for Bowling Green in this opening half. They make
28 feet. You really don't go out there and close out on him. You let him shoot that.
right.
What do you do? You know, it's just a tough. I mean, that's just a tough guard. You know, because if you come out, then he's going to go around you. Then they got a 6'8" guy who's going to lob it up to him. He's going to dunk it. So it's a tough guard for sure.
It's a convenient timing because earlier today I watched a video about all the players that have been called the next Steph Curry. And you watch all these guys, and really the only reason they'll call them that is because they can shoot threes from 4 or 5 feet off the line. And Bowling Green, it seems like every player in their backcourt is confident pulling the trigger from 3 or 4 feet off the high school line. And maybe it's because here they've got those college lines extended because they host so many events here. You don't really know which line to set up behind, so to be safe, you just set up behind all of them.
You got the girls line, the boys line, and the college line. So it's
and we're watching warm-ups, and Michaelis Wardlow is standing 3 feet off the top of the key, firing up threes in warm-ups. That's just how they prepare. Franklin Simpson on the other side, the big issue. They've been over from outside in this ball game. Gavin Dickerson leading the way with 7 points. Cam, Kai, OJ, Matthias, Malik Butler, all with 2 for Franklin Simpson in this ball game. The Cats have been able to do a decent job from the opening half of play. They made 5 of them, but again, the big thing was going to be either you run away with the free throw battle or you run away with the three-point battle. Both teams have made the same amount of free throws, and Bowling Green leading it by 26 points. They are plus 18 points from the three-point line in this ball game. If you weren't with us for the opening half of this start, for a Franklin Simpson fan, the Lady Cats picking up their first win over Bowling Green since 2009, securing their best start ever. And I mean ever. And we've had some good teams here at Franklin Simpson High School. That 2019 won the region. 2008 were state runners-up. This is the best start we've ever seen for a Franklin Simpson team, and they secured that at Bowling Green, 51-33. Larisha Cawthorn scored 19 points. Our Pelican Snowball is a Franklin player of the game. Chloe Smith with 16 points. That team going to be back in action in Owensboro on Friday. We're hoping, weather permitting, that we're game. It's looking pretty rough. But the big thing for Franklin Simpson, as the girls talked about, I don't know if you got to hear it, Brian. We were worried about, okay, well, how do you carry over this momentum? How do you carry over the emotions? Larisha and Chloe really made it seem like it, and it was very authentic, especially from Chloe, who went to the 2A last year, lost in the opening round. They've been looking forward to that more than anything and getting that opportunity back, and especially for Larisha to get to go there for the first time. I'm not really worried about that team's focus at all.
Good. I did not hear those comments, but, you know, we talked about that during there towards the end of the girls' game. You know, how do you get back down to earth after beating Bowling Green and get ready for Friday night? Because we both agree the 2 best teams, I think, in that 2A girls tournament are playing each other Friday night.
Correct.
Franklin Simpson and Christian Academy of Louisville, which is unfortunate because I think whoever wins that game is probably
they would be your betting favorite.
Will be the betting favorite to win the whole thing, and it would be a shame to go up there and lose Friday night. But you know, if you lose Friday night, you're getting beat by a very, very good team, whether you're Franklin or their opponent. It doesn't matter. So, but boy, win that game Friday, and I feel like you really got
the theme extends. That was the case here tonight. This is a Franklin Simpson team, and Coach Taylor talked about this a little bit, that is just so hungry. And Chloe really got into it about this team has noticed the lack of attention for an undefeated team, number 1 RPI in the state, the lack of attention and respect that they've gotten. And you know, it's hard because girls basketball, more than anything, you know this, Brian, eye test matters.
It does.
It's really tough to have that debate with just numbers, and we know the RPI is very flawed as well, but this Franklin Simpson team, for those that have seen the eye test, can play with anybody.
Absolutely. And, you know, they went to a Christmas tournament but weren't able to see them in there. They went to the one in Madisonville, so a lot of people around here weren't able to see them there. Now every game from now on is in this area. And people are going to know how good they are.
The Franklin Simpson boys back underway here in the second half against Bowling Green. O.J. Gamble has it on the block, working on Ritter. Fires across court, pass to the right wing. Cam Ray can't connect on a three. Was right on line, but long. And a skying rebound from Michaelis Wardlow, who went up to just snatch that. Now they go down low, back to Ritter. Left alone, drops that one in to get into double figures with 10. Thought he was going to dunk another one. Here comes Gavin Dickerson, got away from the defender. Michaelis Wardlow tried to block it, couldn't get it. Gavin's now got 9. It's 45-19, 7:15 left here in the third quarter. Ritter is just that traditional post player.
He is, yeah.
Very much a throwback.
And you know, I think wherever he decides to play college at,
charge drawn down low. O.J. Gamble there.
More successful, Tyler, than he is in high school.
Yep.
Because, number one, as good as these players are for Bowling Green, he's going to have guys who can get him the ball easier and better.
Yes.
And he's going to have guys just as tall as him out there that will help take some of the pressure off of him that every time he touches the ball.
Kai had an alley-oop opportunity. Ray flung it up from the left wing. Kai came in on the right block and had his layup swatted out of bounds by Jace Wardlow.
School, every time Ritter touches the ball, he's going to have 2 or 3 guys.
Correct.
Around him. In college, that won't be the case. It'll be more one-on-one type stuff.
Ray goes into Gamble, has his shot blocked, and a great save by Wardlow up to Ritter. Tries to turn around and throw it up court, and it's stolen away. Cam Ray pulls from 18 on the right side. Missed it long. Strong rebound from Gavin Dickerson, and he's fouled on the way back up. Gavin's played a game.
He has. He has hustled. He has battled. I noticed on that when that shot went up, he was putting his body into his man to get that rebound. He's gave it all for his team and his coaches tonight.
I told Gavin if he wants to stop having the awkward exchange, because Gavin's not the most social person,
right?
And we'll have to sit there and take the picture for the player of the game. I said, Gavin, if you want to stop doing this, stop playing well. And I'll stop giving them to you.
Well, you know, Chloe was more than happy for me to take her picture.
Chloe, now I told Chloe that there was...
She was fixing her hair, and she was, you know...
I told Chloe that I had one rule, and the rule was that she makes sure that you take her picture.
Well, she did.
Ritter gets it down low. O.J. pokes it away, and Matthias Dickerson dives on the floor to get it. Scramble on the floor, jump ball going to be called. Possession arrow will keep it with Bowling Green, but Coach Spencer applauds from the bench. These cats are hustling.
They are. And we talked about that. One thing with Coach Spencer's team, they always play hard.
Yes.
Even when they're outmanned, outmatched, they're going to play hard.
45-20. Here comes Michaelis Wardlow inside, and he's fouled from behind. I thought it was a foul on Matthias. Instead, it's a walk.
That's a 45-20 non-foul.
Looked like Matthias had wrapped him up, but instead they say Wardlow traveled, and Franklin Simpson will inbound. And Bowling Green still pressuring full court and trapping.
Yep.
O.J. gets it to Gavin and then directs traffic. Gavin Dickerson momentarily able to get it into the front court, but it's stolen 10 points for Michaelis Wardlow. 3 purples now in double figures. O.J. Gamble drives, spins left, lost it on the way up, can't chase it down the baseline. Was it deflected? They say yes.
And
so it'll stay with Franklin.
Kudos to Bowling Green as well, Tyler. You're up 27, and they're not taking possessions off.
They're not.
Defensively, I mean, both of these teams playing extremely hard.
Dickerson steps back and hits a mid-range jumper over Ritter. Got a friendly bounce off the lip. Great move, and then Ray denies Ritter on the far side. Franklin Simpson has gone toe-to-toe so far in this second half. Gavin's up to 12. And like you said, it's not like Bowling Green has taken their foot off the gas.
No, not at all.
Ritter gets it right elbow, now hands it off to Deuce Bailey. Surveys, back to Ritter on the elbow, dribble, handoff. Step all alone for 3. That is the last man, perhaps in this state, you want to leave open for 3. Michaelis Wardlow buries it. Matthias Dickerson alone for a layup.
Offense.
He's now got 4. 50-24. Franklin Simpson scored 7 in the second quarter, 10 in the first quarter. They've already scored 7 here in the third with 5:10 left. Ritter down low, seals off Gavin Dickerson. I don't know about that one. Looked like a clean post-up. Thought it was going to be a dunk.
Yeah,
he laid it up softly. As Matthias and Gavin come out, Cole Scherer and Brody come in.
I don't think there's anybody in this gym that thinks that was a walk. Franklin fans included.
I heard someone laughing saying, good job, ref.
Yeah.
As you know, I like to say, and we've said this many a time on a broadcast, we'll take it.
We'll take it.
Off a turnover, here comes Wardlow the other way. He's fouled from behind by O.J.
And,
frustrating night for Gamble.
Because he did it the way he did, they're going to call a foul, but it wasn't a foul. It was good defense, but,
Bailey looking to inbound, goes to Ritter, who just bullies his way through the freshman McAllister, and now has 12.
That's almost unfair.
Kudos to Brody. He hung in there.
Absolutely. I know what I'm doing. I'm just going over there by the wall.
McAllister brings it front court, picks up his dribble, now sends it over to Ja'Kai Partinger all the way to the rim. Right-handed runner, no good on the left side, rebounded on the right block by Mason Ritter. Up ahead, Wardlow, but it's picked off by McAllister. Brody spins away. Fancy pass to OJ. Right corner, Cam Ray triple.
Oh.
If they were going to make one, you thought it'd be on that sequence. Missed it, but the rebound somehow lands with Cole Scherer, bounced off of 3 bodies, and then Scherer flips it up quickly over Mason Ritter.
He had to do it quickly, and he did.
On the break, all the way to the rim, Jace Wardlow, acrobatic finish. Able to finish through traffic, 54-26. This has been the most offensive quarter we've had. Ray drives in, throws up a floater over Ritter. Couldn't get it to go. There's Scherer again, and this time fades from 4 to get another putback.
Scherer just kind of being a junkyard dog there, cleaning up the mess and rewarding himself.
He is a very heady player, just very smart. Averages 2 points, rebound and a half this year. Usually makes the right play. Right side, Jace Wardlow jabs right, drives left, picks up his dribble, sings it left corner, Deuce Bailey. No look pass down low, Ritter.
Wow.
What a find. Patrick Mahomes-esque. Hits his big target. They're kind of like Mahomes and Kelsey, but on the basketball court.
And again, great hands by Ritter. He has impressed me with his ability to catch the basketball and finish in one motion.
56-28, Bowling Green, 3:18 left in the quarter. McAllister fakes the top of the key 3, lost his dribble on the way to the rim, got fouled on a layup try. They'll say it was on the floor, nearly spun it in. They get the second subs. Franklin Simpson pulling a platoon swap here. Matthias, Gavin, Kamari Phillips, Malik Butler, and Hayden Satterley in the ball game.
Hayden getting some run.
Hayden still looking for his first varsity points. This is his 8th game of the season. The senior playing his first year of basketball. They inbound it to him on the block. Kicks it back to Matthias Dickerson. Missed the 3-pointer long. And a foul called on Malik going for the rebound.
What, Malik's third, isn't it?
It is.
He's played about 2 minutes.
Cats have had some clean looks from 3. Just haven't been able to convert. And that was the case last year against Bowling Green, albeit they made 6, but it took them 24 tries to get there. 3 minutes left in the quarter. They trail it 56-28. Left side, Bailey thought about a 3, now goes top of the key, Wardlow. He's double-teamed in this extended 2-3 zone. Dribbles in his right hand, fires it left side, Deuce Bailey. Bailey's triple, perfect. He's now got 18. Second triple for Deuce Bailey, 8th of the night now for Bowling Green.
31-point lead, 2:40 to play in the third quarter.
Phillips behind the back dribble, tries to go between the legs, lost it, now sends it left side to Malik Butler. Matthias Dickerson pops around 2 screens, now gets another on the ball from Satterley. Crossover dribble, triple, left it short, and Ritter gets the rebound. Bowling Green 5 points away from enforcing a running clock. Bailey all alone on the left side. Phillips picks him up at the last moment. Wardlow fires one 6 feet off the line and left it short. It was dead on line. Matthias Dickerson with the board. Hesitation dribble. Gets inside. Fades from 8 and got it. Acrobatic shot from Matthias, and he's now got 6. Left side, Deuce Bailey crosses over. Now gives it back up to Wardlow. Back to Deuce Bailey. Franklin lost him. He fires up a 3. That one well short. And Malik Butler gets the board. Off to Matthias Dickerson. Shields off Bailey. Ahead to Gavin. Gavin, strong dribble, gets down low, push the layup long.
There it is.
Hayden Satterley with the rebound, and the crowd erupts for Hayden Satterley. Even some people on the Bowling Green side clapping as Hayden Satterley gets that first varsity bucket. If nothing else, there's your takeaway. 59-32, Franklin Simpson trails Bowling Green, a minute and a half left in the ball game. Right corner, Starks has it for Bowling Green. They work it down low on the baseline, then go to Ritter, and Malik just shoved him to keep him from going up with it. That's the 4th foul on Malik Butler.
Malik was not taking a chance at getting dunked on.
No.
Right there. He was not.
Ritter will check out.
Malik made a business decision. That's what he did.
Gavin Dickerson comes out, Malik Butler out as well. I was listening to a radio station earlier today, and there was a caller that had called in about the Titans and his frustration about what has happened with the franchise and why he was happy they fired Mike Vrabel. And his reasoning was because he said there's been so many years where the Titans haven't struck the fear of God into anybody. And Mason Ritter strikes the fear of God into just about anybody on the basketball court.
And he goes out of the game mercifully now. So
Holcomb makes a baseline jumper. Bowling Green extends their lead to 61-32, but Franklin Simpson has the answer with Kamari Phillips, who makes a midi. They're not going to Simpson with 38.4 seconds left third quarter. So it'll stay on the baseline. They get that one on Hayden. It's his first. Alan Johnson comes in, Matthias Dickerson out. 61-34 game. It was a 26-point game at halftime. The Cats have played Bowling Green to 1 in this third quarter. They scored 17 points in the first half. They've scored 17 points in the quarter. Is Holcomb. 20 seconds now left in the quarter. Holcomb gave it up at the elbow to Barber, then got it right back on the baseline. Great give and go. Up under 10 seconds left in the quarter. Gets a screen from Scherer, picks up his dribble, goes up top Johnson. Hayden Satterley, right wing, checks his options, gives it to Phillips, tries a three from the top of the key, left short, rebound rolls out, and that'll do it for the third. Pieces together what is easily their best quarter of the ball game, but through three they trail it 63-34 to these Purples of Bowling Green, who have made 3 3-pointers in every quarter so far in the ball game. 63-34 the score. Back with the fourth quarter after this on 92.3 WFKN. Oh, we can do a minute. A lot of young faces getting experience as we get this fourth quarter underway. Franklin Simpson had the first possession, turned it over on a bad pass, and driving in and scoring is McCombs. 65-34 is now the Bowling Green lead. 7:43 left in the ball game. First free throw is well short, airballed. And that will send it back to Franklin Simpson. And they actually say that 13 is A.J. Woodard, so we'll properly credit him regardless. They've mixed up their jersey numbers from usual. As left, here comes Bowling Green the other way. Holcomb all the way to the rim. Made a layup. It didn't count, but I think they're going to get a blocking foul on Phillips.
I think it should have counted.
They immediately waved it off. It's the first foul on Kamari Phillips. These Bowling Green backups have been aggressive going to the rim. Off the inbound, they're aggressive with an alley-oop. Satterley wing. Johnson thought about a three in the corner. Now it goes back out on the wing to Easton Kelly. We've got 6:50 left in the ball game. Kelly spins off the defender. It goes to Phillips. Drives, spins left,
nice
pulls
move
from 8. Can't finish the J, but he couldn't finish. Here comes Bowling Green the other way. Up ahead, Woodard.
5, Tyler, and go and win
a lot of games.
A lot of high school basketball games.
And they can. Woodard will bring it up. They've got a lot of experience in their reserves, too. Starks and Holcomb both out there as seniors who would be starters at a lot of places. Left side, ball goes over the head of Barber. Up with the steal for Franklin Simpson is Zay Hampton, and he's fouled on the way up on the right block. A lot of contact from Woodard. But it'll be 2 free throws for Xavier Hampton. And that's a young player as just a freshman listed at 5'10". He's going to blossom into a really good basketball player. He's about the best scorer you see when the JV team is in action. He's going to be next in line.
Got a good frame already about him.
can't make either free throw. They were both straight on. That one missed long, and Bowling Green has it coming the other way. Up top, Hawkham, aggressive drive, now kicks it out corner. They've got a trap set up there on Starks, but he's able to get rid of it. Bullet pass to the left block from Woodard.
Jump ball, that should have been called.
Instead, they call the foul on Jameer Brooks.
Thank you, Tyler. I never have anybody tell me they think I'm right. So
I think you were right there.
I appreciate you telling me
Now,
that.
unfortunately, the officials, the clock is on here at Bowling Green High School. It's 71-34, the rule. Once it gets over 36, clock runs the rest of the way with the exception of fouls and timeouts. Kelly has it left wing for Franklin Simpson, goes up top, Brooks. Right side, Zay. Looks to work, but has to pick up his dribble, and it goes to Brody McAllister. Crossover dribble. Hampton, right side, steps into it, three. Buried it.
Three-point goal by number 2.
First three of the night for Franklin Simpson, and if you were in Vegas and the odds were first player to make a three for Franklin Simpson, you'd be rich if you bet Zay Hampton. Right side ball nearly poked away by Kelly, but Bowling Green is able to hold on with Woodard. They work it down low, extra pass made. I think they made one too many, and Kelly was able to steal it off to McAllister, and here come the Cats. Brody, crossover dribble, crosses once more to get to the front court. Behind the back dribble, he's being hounded by McCombs and ends up drawing a bump.
Fouls on number 20, McCombs.
Just the second foul called on Bowling Green in the quarter. And now the Purples are going to go to their third unit.
To their third unit.
Number 21, KJ Johnson. Number
You
30,
would assume would be mainly freshmen.
number 23.
They still got so many players. They've got freshmen out there, including KJ Johnson, Malik Coburn. They're both sophomores. Ethan Kirkwood, also a sophomore. Franklin Simpson, sophomore. Malik Butler tries to go to work down low on Coburn. Looked like the shot was blocked, but they'll get a foul. Malik will try a pair of free throws. 71-37 is the Bowling Green lead with 4:07 left.
I don't know why the clock just doesn't run here. There's nobody who would say anything if that clock was still running, you know.
Malik's first free throw left short. Purples are going to move to 14-4 on the season, and as you were looking ahead to next Friday is that first matchup with Warren Central.
Yep.
Second free throw missed long by Malik. That's going to be the game that early on decides the favorite in the region. Although with those matchups, you know they can ping-pong back and forth regular season. Even the district championship doesn't tell you much.
No, it does not.
Left corner three on the way. That one's missed short by McCombs. Rebound batted out on the baseline. Will stay with Bowling Green. Those two are the favorites, though, and we knew it coming into the season. Warren Central struggled out the gates. Franklin Simpson almost caught him. Led at halftime, ended up falling to the Dragons at home. They were without Cade Unsild and some other important pieces. That is a team now that between getting Starks back, between getting Cade, and they've still got some players they haven't gotten.
Yep.
The reigning state champs are going to be in a position to defend that title, but Bowling Green's going to have something to say about it. Jameer Brooks gets a steal on one end, goes all the way to the rim on the other, and he's fouled on a left-handed layup.
Wanted to see if I could see if that score up there is final.
Barron County had cut it down to 10 at halftime.
Warren Central blows them out, Tyler, 66-47.
Wow, Dragons run away in the second half.
Yeah. 10-point lead at halftime, and they win by 19.
That was a Barron County team that is Brooks makes the first free throw. Big moment there for Jameer Brooks, his first varsity point at Franklin Simpson. Want to make sure we don't overlook that.
Absolutely.
Will Speed checks in. Brody checks out. That's a Barron County team that was up to number 3 in the area poll. That includes Butler County, who was number 2. So Barron, number 2 in the region.
I'm afraid
Warren Central's going to jump quick.
I'm afraid once again there's a great gulf fixed between number 2 and the rest of the teams in this area.
Bullet pass goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Franklin Simpson at 71-39. But this great experience, the best possible experience you can get for these young guys against, if not the best the region has to offer, one of the two best. Up top, nice crossover dribbles. The handle shown off by Brooks. Now gives it over on the left wing. Now goes to Hampton up top. Zay driving right between the legs dribble. Now sends it right baseline. Scherer. He's going to try a jumper. Missed it long. Cole's played a good game. Rebound is picked up by McCombs.
I want to give a shout out to Tanner Clark. Tanner down in Nashville, living and working down there. He texted me between games and said he always enjoys listening to us call games, Tyler. So I wanted to give a shout out to Tanner.
We enjoy Anytime. I know it's one of my favorite times. We talk about this, especially when we get to stream the games on Facebook. Going to ask people, where are you listening from?
Yeah.
Who's listening? Tell us where. We get the craziest locations in the world. Half the time, I just wanted to swap with them and go on vacation.
Yep.
But it's amazing to see the connections that Franklin Simpson
Yes.
Sports has across the board. Always fun to keep up with those. Ball batted around in the backcourt. Bowling Green comes up with a steal. They come the other way. Goes out to the right corner for a wide open three. Off the heel, no. Zay fighting for the board, but lost it out of bounds in front of the Bowling Green bench. 1:45 now left in the ball game as Alan Johnson will check back in. And this is a good Franklin Simpson team. This is just an excellent Bowling Green team, as the Cats showed against Todd County Central. They are going to be in the mix once again for a district title. Ball goes into the right corner. Johnson faked a three.
Short.
He's going to take it, left it short, but Bowling Green gets an offensive rebound. They go down low. It was a nice no-look find. McCombs goes back up to Johnson, fakes a shot, and kicks it out on the left wing to Ethan Kirkwood. Ball goes into the corner. It was a high pass deflected. Now Franklin Simpson has it back with 1:05 to work with. Jameer Brooks comes front court. Right side, Alan Johnson all alone for three.
Yep.
Boy, he's got a good shot.
He does.
Alan Johnson buries the triple. He's just got a smooth jumper for his size. That's the third three that he's made this season. Doesn't get in there often, but when he does, he's looking to fire from deep, as he should.
Absolutely.
Up top, Zay Hampton able to pick the pocket of the point guard, but it's lost out of bounds. So it will go back to Bowling Green with 35 seconds left and ticking. Cole Scherer comes out one more time as Easton Kelly goes to the bench. 73-42 the final potentially here. We'll see if Bowling Green holds it or if they shoot one more time. 20 seconds left in the ball game as the Purples are going to move to 14-4 on the season. They do go to the basket once more. It was probably a foul. Officials let it go. Here comes Franklin Simpson with one more opportunity. Will Speed crosses over into the front court. Can't get around the defender. Flips it up into the right corner for a three. Left well short, but there's Alan Johnson for the putback. Quick 5 points pieced together from Alan Johnson. And the Wildcats are able to take some positives from this one as the bench unit comes in. And in that fourth quarter, 10-10, the score between Franklin Simpson and Bowling Green. And realistically, the Cats play a much better second half than they do first against these Purples. But Bowling Green able to extend out a 26-point halftime lead and ride that to a 73-44 win here tonight over the Wildcats, moving to 14-4 on the season. Franklin Simpson falls to 7-7. We're going to step away. When we come back, we bring you your post-game show. Here is Franklin Simpson overall splits this boy-girl doubleheader with Bowling Green. You're listening to Franklin Simpson basketball on 92.3 WFKN. All right, let's do 3 minutes here. Perfect.